Welcome to the Tony Gomez Show. Thanks for tuning in tonight. Hell yeah. This is my favorite time of the year, Christmas. So I started thinking Christmas, and last time I talked to the gentleman you're seeing on this screen with me tonight was when we were talking about a Christmas album. So it's Christmas time. And Al, welcome to the show tonight. We got Al Barrio of Confused in the house. How's it going, bro?
Good, man. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Oh man, I'm really excited. Like I said, this is my favorite time of the year, and I Shot Rudolph is a banger and it rocks, man. I love your style, the way you brought to the table and making it that Christmas song. And to me, it's gonna be a Christmas classic. For guys like me and you and our family, that's gonna be on the turntable or playing on Spotify while we're up there, while we're cooking turkeys or fixing up the ham or whatever on
Nice.
Christmas Day. I can hear that playing in the background.
I got more, dude. There's another one that we're gonna release. It's called Krampus, and it's an instrumental. So I can't wait to release that one. So
Instrumental.
Cool. Yeah.
Well, okay, I'm gonna save that question for a little bit.
Sure.
So, okay, I'm gonna save that question for a little bit. But let me get started by saying, backtracking on that Christmas album. When I was getting back to the messages, we had talked about that Christmas album you've been working on, and I'm still hoping that maybe I can do a little vocals on maybe something that you got up your sleeve.
Dude,
So
I would love to have you on there and sing one of my songs.
I love that now. I love it, dude, because your style, your band is my favorite, dude. One of my favorite genres in metal, and it being able to do the research on your band tonight really just brought back a lot of great fucking riffs, drumming, vocals that I loved about the whole genre about it, man. Crossover punk, hardcore, thrash, skate jams.
Yeah.
I love it, bro. It's definitely a part of my childhood that just kind of opened doors to a whole mess of other music that I've just always loved, like Black Flag, Circle Jerk, Suicidal Tendencies. You got the EQs, you got DRI. The list goes on, but not too far on, because they get into different other genres. But those are just a few of my favorites right there.
I try
that I know we'll
keep it
talk about
old
tonight
school,
too.
So
But I love I Shot Rudolph, that fucking kicks ass. But let's also talk about Chaos, man. Chaos is a kick-ass release that did it just drop this year in February?
No, actually, the release was supposed to have come out in I think it was like 2019 or so. But when we were doing that run with the Agnostic Front back in the day, and our guitar player had passed away on the third day of the tour, so
Oh,
I
no.
sort of put the album in the back burner, and I just was not into wanting to finish the album off. So I don't even know if a lot of people knew about that, but it was really hard, and I was blessed to have Joe Dan and Bert, to come and help and finish off the last few shows. And I really appreciate the guys for coming out and doing that for me, and they did it right on the spot. I mean, you can't go wrong with Joe Dan. That guy he's just, I don't know, man, he's got something in his head, dude, that he's just really good at all the stuff that he's done. And I was really grateful for having him and Bert come out and help finish off that little run. But after that run, I just wasn't ready to finish that album, and it took me a lot of time just to go into the studio and do it, because every time I was in the studio, I would think of Slaytoven, and it was difficult for me. So
yeah. I
But the
can only
song
imagine, dude.
is a cool song. I dig the song. I don't know what I was thinking. I think I was thinking more like a Megadeth kind of feel with it, with that little run. Dun, 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 dun. I was like, oh, that sounds cool, So yeah. So, and it's political.
I like that, man. I like a little bit of political in this. And I've always liked that about like bands like Dead Kennedys and what Megadeth brings to the table too. Not everybody does it, but when it's done well, I think there's a lot of of lyrical influence that we're gonna get, that we want to, kind of get off our chest sometimes, for lack of a better phrase. But I don't mind getting a little political whenever it's, in regard to that.
I mean,
I do it in More Cold. I've done it in Killamora. I've kind of done it in Screwface. I don't overdo it, but maybe 1 out of 6 or 7 songs.
But I think that people might get the wrong idea, and they think that I'm trying to be judgmental, but I'm just putting out to what I
Yeah,
think I see that's happening, you know. So everybody has a view of their own opinions, you know, and it can go either or on it. So, but
yeah.
I dig the song. I think we've only played it once or twice live, you know, and we haven't really played it live. So
Wow, that's
I
a
mean, we need
jam,
to,
dude.
we need to, right?
Yes,
So
hell yeah. I like what I really love is all the badass backup vocals, dude. The group vocals, man, they're
yeah,
tight. Love that about how you're able to put that, in just the right spot in each one of the songs, man. It's done so well. And
thank you, thank you.
it's your work is just definitely it's just all done in the great vein of crossover with punk and hardcore and thrash and chaos. Probably being your that's the most recent release you got.
Yeah, we actually have a new one that we've been working on, and it's really thrashy, and I'm gonna
Wow,
say
hell yeah.
it's within the mix of join the army, uh,
Oh shit.
kind of stuff. It's in that kind of style of join the army, so it's really cool, and so yeah, I can't wait to finish that one. That one's really cool. I dig that one. I
That's
think you're gonna
gonna be
like that one.
awesome.
I think you're gonna like it a lot because I tend to talk more about skating and thrashing and slam dancing on the songs instead of,
Yeah.
going back to the old roots. Like when you hear Exodus, Bonded by Blood, just it's all
Oh
about just
shit.
getting hurt. So
Yes.
yeah, that one's a fun one. I
Man, I
might
can't
invite you
wait
to
for
come and
that.
sing on one of those too on the Confused ones.
Dude,
So
I love that.
yeah,
Absolutely, man.
I try to put at least 15 to 18 songs on an album. So
Nice.
But yeah, to try to make it fun. So yeah, it'd be cool to have you jump in, man. Even the Christmas one.
Yes.
I think
Yes.
I'm
I'll
gonna
have to
have.
make a trip down there and we'll check it out.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have you sing. I melted Frosty.
I
So,
melted Frosty. Yes.
so
Yeah.
one of those. So
Let me
I got a
do it,
few of
man.
those.
Hell yeah.
Okay,
Oh,
dude.
I can't wait. I'm excited about that. You got to send me
Yeah,
some of those lyrics so I can start getting familiar with it.
yeah. I got John Garza there from Corpus Christi. He's Chris Bettis frontman.
Yeah.
John is gonna do one of my hardcore songs for my Del Barrio project too. So
Holy
and
shit.
yeah, dude. So John's cool, man. I dig John. I've known him for.
And you mentioned the Barrio project, man.
Yeah,
So I saw the changes release. I heard that.
yeah. Rock and Roll James, the um, from the Rio Grande Valley, he's a DJ, and he really liked that song and wanted to be part of it. And I said, "Well, come down and just sing it." So we met there in the studio in Mission, at
Yeah.
Red Barn Studio, by Mr. Robert Canales, and we tore it down there, and that's where we ended up doing the Rudolph one as well. So we'll probably do the other Christmas songs there too. So
Very nice. Hey, they're coming. They're produced really nice, man. Fuck yeah.
thank
Going
you, man.
great.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, and James sounded good, dude. He sounded great as
Yeah,
the other vocalists on there came hard.
dude, I was surprised to hear him scream like that. I was like, God damn, man.
He sounded like a natural, dude. Like he had his own band.
Yeah, I've never heard him scream like that, and I was like totally shocked on it. But that was cool. I mean, I like everybody, and I'd love for anybody who wants to be part of something with me on it. I think it's cool and fun, So I mean, we're not all making money doing this stuff. It's all about just enjoying music and having fun with music with friends. So that's the way I see it. So,
Man, that
yeah.
is so true, man. Especially at our age right now,
Hmm.
we've seen it all, and I feel like we've been able to live through the best years of metal.
Yeah.
We've been able to enjoy Black Sabbath, well, Led Zeppelin, Black Sabbath, Metallica,
Hmm.
Pantera, Slayer, and the band Lamb of God now, and things just keep getting heavier. No matter just depending on where you want to go,
Yeah.
Suicide Silence to deathcore. There's so much out there depending on how sick you want to get.
Yeah.
And of
There's a
course,
lot of stuff.
Cannibal Corpse is alive and well. You got bands like Municipal Waste. I think metal right now is just going so strong in the worldwide. I think so many bands that we grew up listening to, the Exodus and the Slayers,
Hmm.
they're back again. They're back. Slayer never really went anywhere, and of course, maybe Exodus isn't a good example. And but bands like, say for instance, like Death Angel, they maybe went off the
Yeah.
map for a little while, and after about a 15-20 year hiatus, they're back and they're going strong. And Mark sounds great on Vokes, and
Oh
he's
man,
doing so
sounds
good. He
amazing.
got the gig with Kerry King.
I know. I bought it online, that album.
Oh fuck yeah,
It's fucking good, dude.
it's
She sort of
great,
sounds, it
dude.
sort of
Carrie,
sounds like
man,
Tom
fuck.
Araya a little bit, you know, on that Carrie King album. She sounds like Tom Araya a little bit.
A little bit, right?
Yeah,
Yes,
I
I love
mean,
it. And it's hard not to lean to let my ear lean into, hey, that's like fucking that's all Slayer, but who's been writing a lot of the mix, man? Like it's been Carrie, of
yeah,
course. Uh, uh, God damn it,
Jeff Hammond.
no, my other guy, Hunnell, Gary. Well, Gary's
Gary,
been
oh, Gary
helping
Holt,
out
yeah,
too, but
from
of
Exodus, yeah,
course I think he saved some of the best shit he's got for Exodus.
yeah, dude. Oh man, I know. You know, I was cleaning out a lot of my CDs and fixing them up, man, and I found all my collection of the Exodus stuff, you know, and so I
Oh
started
fuck.
just jamming to it in the garage while I was cleaning it up. So hell yeah,
Great catalog, right?
dude, I just love metal. I don't care what it is. I love it. You know, so we've been at it for so long, just jamming and listening to stuff. You know, and yeah, I'm just blessed to be part of the scenes since back in the days. Even with you guys, even with the Hershey Squirts, with Annihilator and all the guys from back in the days. You know, I mean, we used to play shows there at the Sun Palace in Edinburgh, Texas, and it was good times, man. Pure Hate, all those dudes.
Yes,
So
man.
yeah.
Oh, Al, you're speaking my language, man. I didn't realize how close
hmm Dead
you
Horse
are to
before they
a lot
got,
of the bands over here.
yeah, Devastation, Anchorwood, everybody. Jason McMaster's Watchtower, the whole crew,
Ah, yep.
the crayons, you know, everybody, the Big Mouth with
Shit,
Tony and them. I mean, yeah, it was a lot of fun hanging out and playing with all the guys. So
man. That's all great history, Al. And you're right. Those
yeah,
are fucking fantastic times, man. I'll tell you what, real quick, I want to give a shout out to the people we have in the chat room tonight. Let me backtrack real quick.
sure.
Raymond, thanks for tuning in tonight. Pierre, Raymond, Miguel from Colombia. Hey, what's up, Miguel?
¿Qué pasó,
Yes.
Miguel?
Fran, Jerry, thanks for
Ron, what's
tuning in
up?
tonight, guys. If you got any questions for Al, please just put them here in the chat room and we'll try and get to them tonight. So I want to give some love to some of my favorite jams, dude, that are coming off of the Chaos. And I'm going to go through some of the albums as well, but especially on Chaos, man, the title track, Get You Rockin' right off the start. Great way to start the record right there. Great choice.
Thank you.
Another one, Anger Issues, dude. The fucking backup vocals and the chorus right there, tight, tight. And give me some. I hear a little DRI, love right there, dude. But
Yeah,
it's all you, man. Sounding fantastic. And Greedy SOB, that's the
yeah.
fucking bad jam right there.
I wrote that song back in I think it was '92, and Arnold he really wanted me to put it on this album because let's do it again, let's do it again. And I said, you know what, screw it, we'll do it again. And so it never
Fuck
been
yeah.
recorded in on anything. So we ended up doing it, and I think we made it better. So
Hell
to me,
yeah.
it sounds better. So yeah, I like that song a lot. That's one of my favorite ones.
That is, dude. That's
Yeah.
one of my favorites. Hell yeah. And real quick, shout out James. What's up? What's up, Serge?
What's
Hell
up,
yeah.
Serge?
Serge in the house.
Romance.
James, thanks for coming back tonight. Hey, ¿qué pasó, Armando? What's up? And
Mando.
Villo in the house. What's up,
Hello. What's
Villo?
up, homie?
Here's another one. Never forgotten, dude. I love where you're
Oh.
coming from, man. I love that me and you are both patriots, brother. I love it, man. Our flag, that's a jam, man. When I was
Yeah.
going through the set list, reading the list before I got to when that song came up, I was like, that's gonna be a good one. Let's see what he's got on that one, dude. Our flag, our nation. I love it, bro. Great lyrics.
Thank you.
Uh,
Thank you. Thank you.
one of my favorites, dude. That's so fucking fun. Take a bath.
Oh, yeah, we wrote that one years ago. And Arnold, once again, he goes, we got to put this one on there. And I said, all right, man. So, yeah, we put it on there. But that's an old one. I love it,
That's
too.
a fucking bad jam, dude. That's a bad one right there. I see the mosh pit breaking out with that one easily. Yes, well, every song, man, every song's perfect for mosh pitting, dude. Every song.
Thank
But
you.
here's a couple more. Dead Man Walking. Love Dead Man Walking. Great fucking jam.
That one came out in a movie. It came out in a movie called Xenophobia, which is like an alien movie.
For
So,
real?
yeah, in 2018. I believe it was 2018 or 2019. I don't
Badass,
remember.
dude.
I don't remember
You
what
got it
it
on the
is.
soundtrack out there. That's killer.
Yeah, that was a good one. I love that song too. I try to make it more like uh I like a Mike Muir sort of suicidal kind of feel, with that speed on it. And I'm a huge suicidal fan. I love suicidal. So
Yes, I like when you go when you give us some of the suicidal style. I like
yeah,
that, dude. That's tight. I think the next one I'm gonna bring reference to fight has a
yeah,
line that chorus has that little crazy psycho style going on right there.
yeah. That one's not my favorite song.
Well, how about this last one, man? The closer of the of the
I,
album. I love
I
hardcore.
I love
Yes, fuck yeah.
hardcore. I wrote that one in 1986. So we've
Oh
been playing.
shit,
Yeah, we've been playing
damn.
that song since the 80s. So that's our anthem song, I guess. Arnold calls it something like
I would
that.
call it an anthem, all right. Fuck
Yeah.
yeah.
So
Slamming people to the floor. Fuck yes, dude.
I love hardcore.
Yes.
Fuck you, your friends, and more. So yeah, that's a great one.
Right. Fuck you, your friends, and more. Yes, dude. Great jams, man. I love it.
Thank you.
Um, and you also have some songs that actually got some great solo work, like in that song "Hating Me." There's a great solo in that.
No,
Who's shredding on that?
that's not a good solo, dude.
Was
Ah,
that you or what?
no, no, no way. No, honestly, I had wished at that time that that song was out. I really, really, really wanted Joe Dan to do the solo on that song.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just love the way he shreds, man, and I really wanted him to do that solo. So but we never got it to where it happened, and I was sort of getting pressed for let's get it out, and yeah. But I mean, the song's a good song. I like the song, but no, I don't like that. What song? Which one are you talking about?
The "Hating Me."
Hating. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about this other one that's on there. No, Hating Me is by Slaytoven.
Oh,
Slaytoven. Yeah, that's him on the solo. I'm sorry, I didn't hear that part. Yeah, that's
my
Slaytoven.
bad.
Slaytoven is from well, Blunt Force Trauma. They're in Austin.
Yeah.
With Bobby Fuentes and Craig Holloway and
With
Felix.
Felix.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's Slaytoven, and Slaytoven played for Confused, and then like I was saying, on the third day of our tour with Agnostic Front is when he passed away with us, and that's when Joe Dan and them came in to help finish off the shows, which was really cool.
Damn.
Hmm.
Yeah, I tell you, Joe Dan is something else, man. Being able to work with him, doing the Annihilator stuff has been nothing but the best experience, bro.
Dude,
It's
that
been
guy's
awesome.
like a genius with that toy, man. I was like, God damn, this guy's
He's
good.
a fucking genius, all right,
Yeah.
dude. He's such
And
a
then you hear him on the drums. I'm like, God
what? I
almighty,
know
dude.
what the fuck.
It freaks me out.
Damn, man,
So yeah.
love it. Hey, what's up, Alex? Alex in the house.
Hey,
Got
Alex.
some more. Speaking of the devil, we're just talking about JD, Alex, and then bam, yeah, we're
Hey,
just
that's
giving
cool.
JD props, man.
What's
Hell
up?
yeah.
Yeah, man. He's really really fucking good. So.
So you recorded the Chaos record down there in the valley?
We recorded the guitars and the drums and the bass in the valley, and then I did that was with Charlie Vela, and then I did vocals in Austin with Tim Guerin, and then I also did vocals here at my house. So half those songs
Cool.
were done here. So yeah, I finished it off here.
Very nice. Okay, kick ass.
Mhm.
Well, that's a badass recording. And did you write the lyrics for everything? And how about the
Yeah,
music?
I
How much
I
of the music
wrote
did you do?
I wrote all the lyrics, and I wrote all the songs, and then a couple of songs Bert Cantu collaborated and put some of his touches in a few of the songs with me in the songs. So yeah, I wrote them all.
Wow, dude. Wow. No wonder everything kind of clicks so well, man, because it's all coming from the same source. You got that vision going on, and it's tight as fuck. Love
Yeah.
it, man. I love it, man. So while we're thinking about that, um, did you record the guitar and the
No,
bass?
no. Bass, guitar and bass was done by Bert Cantu. So
Okay.
he did it for me in the studios, and I don't call myself a guitar player. Never call myself one. I always call myself a riff maker, but I will never call myself a guitar player. Joe Dan's a guitar player.
Yes, he is.
Those
Yes.
those are guitar players, so I don't ever put myself in a category like that. But I can make the songs, and I can structure the song together the way I feel it should sound, and then I'll write my lyrics and put my feel on top of that as well.
That's
But
all
yeah,
you need to do.
yeah.
No wonder it all comes out so badass.
All
That's
right, thank
great,
you.
man. Fuck yeah. But it's better just to be up there singing, right? Without having to worry about playing this or playing that, right?
Well, a long time ago, I used to play bass and sing,
Hey, all
which
right.
was fun. But I would prefer running around. Somebody's got to give the energy, and then when you see guys like I said, Bird or Joe Dan or any of the guys that played it, Dustin Putz, anybody who's played in Confused, and they got that hair and that movement, and they just go with it. I'm like, badass. I don't have that
Yes.
shit on me, so.
Yes, man. Hell yeah. I think when I caught you last was at Gators when you guys were opening up for the Accused in Anchor Wat over here.
Uh, I don't remember, dude, because I was back then. I was always on some kind of substance, so I'm not gonna lie. I don't remember half the stuff. The only one I really remember, we played EJ's Pizza.
Yeah.
The
Uh-huh.
EJ's. It was a Hershey Squares, us, Killjoy, and I forgot who else. And then it got raided by skinheads,
Yeah.
and then Tony got hit in the with a chain, holding the door, and then everybody went outside, and there was a big old riot out there, and then the cops came, and that was some cool shit there in
Yeah, it
Corpus.
was a good one. That was an unforgettable night. That was the little EJ's that was
Yes,
like in that
yes,
little shopping center, right?
yes, yeah. It was fucking cool, dude. That was
Yep.
what, 91? I think it was in 91, 90 or
Sounds about
91.
right.
It was way back then. And there was a guy filming it. And I remember after the whole fight and those guys got arrested or whatever. We all went to Chris Chappa's house and we were all just sitting around there eating popcorn, trying to watch the whole show and the fights and everything.
Badass. Hell yeah.
So,
Shout out to Chris Chapa a la verga.
yeah, Chappa, man.
Yes.
It's Chris and Steve. Cool
I'm
dudes, man.
I'm I'm glad Chris is still, kicking ass up there in Austin.
I still talk to Chris, and stuff like that. Good guy, you know.
Great guy, man. Hell yes. So let me move on a little bit. Um, who did the artwork, dude? Have you been having the same guy do the artwork for
Craig
all
Holloway.
the projects?
No, Craig Holloway did the last two albums. So he did Behind Closed Doors, and then he did, of course, the Riot album with
That's
El Trompe
nice.
and stuff. So he's a really good artist, and I met Craig a few years back, and then he Confused, and then one day he ended up playing with us, and it was really cool having him play. And he's one of the original members for the band Coldest Life from Detroit, and it was an honor to have him being part of Confused for a while. So
Yeah.
he's on some of the tracks. He's on, of course, Hating Me. He's on Dead Man Walking, and he's on I Want a Beer. So
Oh, I
he's on
want to be your fuck yeah.
those three songs. So yeah, good having him. Good guy, man. He's got a heart of gold. So
Tight, man. I like the collaboration, man. That's really tight. And that's always kind of it always brings out the best in me whenever I have somebody else to join me that's kind of out of my comfort zone, where I'm bringing
uh-huh.
somebody else into the mix. It just kind of brings up the caliber, and I don't know, it just kind of everybody steps up to the plate because they really want to make that motherfucker shine.
Yeah, I'm that's I don't know what to say there, but
No, you're good. No, absolutely. I'm just glad that you make that work, dude. And you've got such an open mind for collaboration, man. Just like that jam you did, Changes, man. That's a hit. That's a badass jam.
that's a cool
So
song. But yeah.
thinking about, let me backtrack a little bit to the 8990 release, and that's a badass. And who did the artwork on that one?
That's also Craig Holloway did the artwork for that
That's
one.
another Halloween.
I did a collaboration with Joe Dan too. Joe Dan wrote a song, and him and I wrote the lyrics to a song called I think it's called fuck, wasting time. You know,
Wasting time.
yeah. Joe Dan and I. He invited me to do a sing on with one of the another song that him and I think Noelia did together, and then Joe
Yeah,
Dan had this other track, and that was cool doing a collaboration with Joe Dan. So,
badass, dude. Hey, I want to hear that one.
yeah,
Hell,
he
I gotta
should
hit
have
him
a
up.
copy of that. That was a fun song. So
Cool, dude. Well, listening to that recording of the release from the 8990, man, it just another perfect example of how, you're just really nailing the hardcore punk for that late 80s era. And that's the kind of stuff that I grew up listening to. That's what I always wanted to see at the shows. And throughout all this, you really stayed true to all your roots, but you definitely evolved from that '89 recording to all the way where you're at in Chaos, and right now when you're putting out like I Shot Rudolph and Changes, and thinking about that, what other kind of genres of music are you into?
I did one with a friend of mine, and it's sort of like a blues rock song, and it's called "One More Shot of Whiskey." And
Oh yeah,
I actually sing. I don't scream. So
yeah,
I'll send you the track so you can check it out. And then you tell me what you think. But I'll send it to you after the interview and stuff like that, and you can send me your opinion on it. But you're gonna be like, "Damn, that's you, dude." Yeah.
yeah.
So
Oh,
so I
I'm
like
sure
stuff
it's
like
gonna
that.
be good, man. Because and a lot of your stuff, I don't really consider what you're doing screaming, except for the obvious parts, but because you really have a great voice, and the way you bring the right kind of character or personality to each track that it needs, that really just makes your voice just really stand out among other vocalists that are out there. And it just it's a hit, man. It's a hit.
Thank
It kept on getting better, from the '89 recording to Behind Closed Doors to Chaos. You just hear the evolution of like the songwriting and your vocals just getting better on each recording. And
Thank you.
just the evolution of a badass singer. It just here's 5 years, here's 10 years, here's a few more years on top of that, and man, just wonder the Christmas song came out sounding so great. It just you're sounding bad as fuck right now, bro.
Thanks,
So
dude.
you know, let me also hit on some songs right here. On you know getting to Behind Closed Doors. That 14 tracks, dude, just badass crossover, dude, starting off with Jane Had an Abortion. I think that it's fucking great slamming song right there. And that one's kind of reminiscent of like some old school Cryptic Slaughter, dude. you know
That
I,
song was written by a old member who played in Confused. He wrote that whole song. His name is Raul Sosa, and Raul, yeah, he wrote that whole riff, and it ended up just staying part of the Confused category. So once again, Arno like, dude, we gotta put this song on here. So you
yeah.
know, I did it for Arnold. Like he really dug it, And I used to tell him all the time, I said, "Why do you want to live in my past? You weren't there, So, but then he was like, "These are great songs, man." And so I would do it for Arnold. But yeah, I like that song too. That's one of my favorite songs.
That's a good, and to open up the album with that's kick ass. And
Thanks, bro.
Empire Rats,
I
that's a
love
jam
that
right
song.
there, dude. Cool. And very cool solo on that one as well.
That's Scott from Dead Horse doing the
No
solo.
shit.
Yeah.
Oh
So
damn,
yeah,
badass. Dead Horse getting gay. That one of our favorite bands from back in the day. And it
yeah,
was really cool when Dead Horse came back around. How long has it been? Like maybe about 8 years ago or something like that.
yeah. It was nice when they came back, and we got to do some runs with them, so that was pretty fun. So I enjoyed
Yeah.
that a lot, and they had that other band, that Pasadena Napalm Division, and they called me up and they asked me if I would sing for them for one show. It was like a festival and stuff like that, and
Whoa.
so I told Kurt and them, I said, "Yeah, man, I'll do it." So I sat in the garage and I practiced that whole album for I think a month straight before I went over there to Ronnie's house.
Yeah.
Me and Alan. Alpo, we went over there and then tore it up, and then I was playing that show, which was badass. All the Dead Horse guys and me, and that was fun. It was a lot of fun.
Dude, that is fucking badass,
Yeah,
man.
that was a cool deal right there for me. So yeah, I dug
Dude,
that.
that's a huge deal, man. They
Yeah,
called you up to fill in.
yeah, man,
Oh,
that was
dude, that's
fucking
great,
awesome.
dude. I would love that kind of opportunity, man. What a great fucking gig.
It was fun. It
Wow.
was a lot of fun. So yeah,
Man,
that was
and way to do your homework. Way to take care of business.
yeah, dude. I like I said, I sat in the garage for a whole month. I was just fucking practiced every day. Like I didn't care for hours. I
Yes.
even had a neighbor knock on the garage door, like, "Are you okay?" And I said, "Yeah, I was just practice. Go out there. You were yelling at somebody in here every day, like yelling." And so I was like, "Yeah, just making sure I get all this right." So yeah, it was fun.
Yeah. Oh
That was-
shit. Hell yes. Let me give a shout out. Robert. What's up, Robert? Overt Enemy in the house. Texas Metal United. ¿Qué pasó, Jerry?
What's up?
Also, let me also hit on Depression. Depression's another fucking banger right there. Got a little, I hear a little Mike Muir's love right in that one right there.
Yeah,
and,
that one.
And of course, Skate or Die.
Oh yeah, fuck yeah.
How long? Was that one of your former songs? I mean, how far does Skate or Die go back?
No, that's a new one. So
okay,
yeah, that's a new one.
Great one, man. Fucking, I love all the different moves you throw into the mix, and
still skate, man. You know, so that's why I wrote it. You know, because I still skate. So one of the new songs that's gonna come out on this new album is called "Skating the Mayans." So it's actually
the pie.
It's Skating the Mayans. So it's about like we're at the Aztecas, you know, pyramids. You know, we're just thrashing it out. So everything's gonna have to do with skating into the Mayans and sacrifices that you see that go on. It's gonna be a trippy song. But
badass, Skating the Mayans.
The riff is really old school thrash, you know, and then the vocal flow is gonna be like a Mike Muir kind of flow. So I can't wait to finish that.
Yes. So that's gonna be a banger. Hell yes. Yeah. Well, how about Suicide? That's another good one right there.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I'm trying to think of the exact line, but Mom don't give a fuck because she's drunk.
Yeah.
Great lines in Suicide, dude. And also,
I forgot how it went. For some reason, I don't remember how it goes, but when I play it live, I remember exactly how it goes. Mommy don't love you. Your daddy don't care. Your daddy fucks a babysitter. Mama fixes her hair. You know, that's how that part goes.
Right, Mama.
And then it says because she's drunk. And then it goes. That's how it goes. Yeah.
Fucking, that's a jam, dude. And of course, let me see, Plastic Smiles. That's a killer one right there, dude. Love the group vocals and Plastic Smiles.
It's about all the fake politicians, you know.
Yes, hell yeah, I know it. And it'll always be there. I'm glad that they can still give us a lot of lyrical inspiration.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know, just like the Dead Kennedy days, you know, that we had. You know, you name the president. There's always something that we can there's always.
Yeah.
You never can trust the government. What can I say?
But messing around with vocals around politics is always controversy, you know, and people get pissed no matter if it's left side or right side or you know, and the ones in the middle just laughing. They're like, that's funny, you know. So yeah,
I know. Just have some fun with it, man. But it's, you know, somebody's gonna, you know, if it kind of gets you inspired and you just roll with the bones. That's what I've always felt like lyrically. If it's something gets me, or a story or some kind of moment in time that just kind of hits me, I'll write a song about it. Hell yeah. Because you know, as artists, you know, when we're putting out records, it's always kind of like a snapshot of where we were at that time in our life. You know, and I guess first thing I think of is like Hetfield, man. When I think about Hetfield and how his voice changed on every album, you know, it just kept on. Now it's totally far from where he started Kill 'Em All. But you know, when you were hearing Ride the Lightning, then Master of Puppets, and just kind of hearing the progression of his voice getting better, and then to Justice for All, you know, me as a metalhead, that was like the go-to guy, man. Was Hetfield, man. Just, you know, how he did things, how they wrote songs, wrote like Master of Puppets, where they had that slow part. And it kind of built itself back up, and the great guitar work between him and Kurt. And, you know, just those were the kind of things that I kind of just really was trying to learn, like the formulas to try and learn to write a hit. How can you write a fucking metal song that's going to stand the test of time? You know, and it's really not as hard as you would imagine, just so long as you write a good song. Get it out there, and it's gonna fucking be there forever. Luckily nowadays we have things like YouTube and shit where we can save the moment. But back in our early days, all we had was cassette tapes and VHS tapes and stuff to record at the moment, and little like one-time use cameras, you know, for most of us, you know,
the Kodaks,
the Kodaks
with the little freaking thing there, click, click,
you know. So that's how we're able to kind of keep track of the memories and stuff back then, except for, you know, our memories and mine's not so great, but you know, I remember a lot of great times, and it's a good thing because it comes in handy with the show, man, because these memories that we go through, especially in the history that me and you've had, we've always been in the scene, and
Yeah,
there's
surrounded by
always
music,
been great shows going
always.
on,
Hmm.
and luckily that we're still alive and fucking kicking and fucking
Yeah,
still. Hopefully, we got another good 30 years under our belt
I hope
ahead of
so.
us if we're blessed.
I mean, I don't know about playing in 30 years, but I hope I'm
Can you
alive in
imagine,
30
right?
years with a cane. Hey, you doing? Come out there and thrashing it out. That'd be funny. But
Hey,
yeah, no, I've had some great experiences with a lot of great musicians, and I've been lucky and
yeah,
blessed at the same time to be part of certain people's history. Like when Luigi from Suicidal, now his band Luicidal, when he asked me
recital.
to co-write for him, and I co-wrote that song "Surfing Tsunami" on their album, and that was a total honor, man, to be part of their stuff, and I really love that.
Yes,
Or Billy Milano, who invited me to do vocals with him on his latest album that had just come out, and I think it was like 2018, that Busted Broke American.
yes.
That one, I mean,
No
I got to
shit.
sing. Yeah, I got to sing on that album with him, and and as a kid growing up, we have always looked up at Megaforce Records, and
Yeah.
everybody was on it, and then I got a little frame and my name's in there, and I'm like, this is badass, so. And then with Luigi, when they send me this contract to sign for the song that him and I co-wrote together, and
Yeah.
Cleopatra Records sends me this thing, and then they send me this little royalty thing, which is pretty funny and cool. But I was like, badass, man. This is cool,
That's historic, dude. That's
Then,
really great, man.
yeah, then with your idols, I mean, those were your idols
Yes.
growing up as kids, and a lot of the kids nowadays will never get to experience what we got to experience because we got to see bands literally start from the bottom, then become something great,
Yes.
and they're still doing it to this day, which is really really cool. And I sort of wish a lot of those kids would have got to experience some of the stuff we got to see, because they won't ever know that part, and that's a crazy part. Cassette trading days, come on, that was
Right. Oh, I'm telling you,
legendary, man.
everything by snail mail
Yeah,
and by word of mouth.
yeah,
Your family members or cousins coming in from out of town and sharing some cassettes with you or something.
mm-hmm,
You know,
yeah,
over here in Corpus, we were always downstream from Austin, from Houston, from San Antonio.
yeah,
So it always seemed like shit. By the time we got it, the guys that we knew that were friends of that would always transport or commute to Austin more, they're like, oh yeah, I heard about those guys a long time ago. You never heard of the Crumb Suckers? Yeah, and they've been out for a long time. And, I was like, fuck,
yeah.
dude. But by the time we got to it, Life of Dreams, it was like right before that they were coming down to do the show.
One of my
You know, uh,
favorite albums, that one, the
uh,
Crumb
you missed that
Suckers.
one, Life of Dreams.
I love it. I have it. I have it on vinyl. I have it on CD. I got that whole collection here of their stuff, man. The
Let me,
oldest one and the newest stuff. Well, the
did you
newest
make?
stuff is Life of
Did
Dream.
they also play up there at
Nope, they never went to the Valley. I think as far as they went was Corpus. You
no
know,
shit, that's as low as they
yeah.
came in. Damn.
Chris Chapa used to call me all the time. He used to go, "Hey Al, have you guys ever heard of Nintendo? Or are you guys still with Atari?"
Get the fuck out of here.
He used to call me and fuck with me all the time. Like,
Oh
I thought
my
that was
god.
hilarious because everybody saw the Valley as we're real slow paced. Like we get the stuff later on, and these
That's what
guys
I'm
from,
talking about. Yes,
yeah.
bro.
So yeah, we
Fuck.
were
By the
always
time
the
it
last
filters
ones.
on down, you know what I mean? Shit. That's a funny analogy, Chris, right?
Yeah,
You still on Atari?
you guys still got Atari? Have you ever heard of Nintendo? So
Oh
yeah,
my god, yeah.
I'll
And
never forget
Nintendo,
that.
right? Super Nintendo, man. That was a game changer back then.
Yeah,
Yes.
good
So
times, man.
speaking of some of our favorite bands and watching them grow from just um, being able to hear their first release and then end up playing shows with them. You
Mhm.
opening up for Agnostic Front, dude. That's a badass fucking lineup, dude. How can
Yeah,
it get any better than but hanging out with Roger and Vinny and the guys,
you know
day
when
after day.
when I met Roger in Agnostic Front, that was I think it was in 2008 is when I
Okay.
met him, and I just happened to go to a show in San Antonio, and Roger was backing up the van, and he went up the curb, and then he pulled out, and then he came out and talked to me, and then after that I went inside, and I remember Vinny going, "Oh, because I'm Italian, you guys make me spaghetti." So then I threw out there and I said, "I'll barbecue for you guys if you guys ever want to stop by my house." And then they just looked at me, right? So I was like, "Okay." I turned away and I went to the bar. And then
Yeah.
Roger came out and talked to me, and then he says, "Hey man, let's go outside and walk." And we went outside and walked and we talked, and then we hit it off. And then he asked for my phone number and I gave him my number, and he goes, "I'm gonna be coming back this way with the Roger Merritt and the Disasters." And
Yeah.
so I was like, "Okay." And then he called me and he says, "Hey man," he goes, "send me your address. I'm headed into town in a few hours." And I said, "Okay, I'll have everything ready." And I prepped this whole badass meal for him and his
Oh
crew and
shit.
stuff. And then from there on, we just hit it off, which is really cool. And I didn't even know we were gonna play that run with them. And that was Craig Holloway who had lined that up because he was playing with us at the time. And
Uh-huh.
that's how we got the that whole week run with the Agnostic Front, which was total dream for me. Even like
Right.
recording with Billy and all these guys and them just hanging out. It's
Yeah.
a lot of fun. So
A lot of fun, man.
yeah,
I've met Roger. Last time they were here when they were doing the run with Sick of It All.
yeah. I was
Yeah,
doing their merch sales. Roger called me and I did their merch sales for them there in Corpus. So I was there.
that was a great show, bro. It
Yeah, I
was
was
fucking
there.
kick ass. We met him out backstage, well, outside the House of Rock afterwards, and I think I got a souvenir stick and got all the guys to sign a. I got like maybe the last 7 inches they put out for the Eliminator. They
Yeah,
re-recorded the Eliminator, and
yeah.
I bought the monito that comes out with it. You seen that
Cool.
one?
No, I haven't seen it, but
Where
now
it's got
now I
the
want
bull
one.
from the Cause for Alarm that comes out
Really?
on the cover, that big fucking
Oh yeah, I
badass bull
saw
with
that.
the
I
with
saw
the
the
Doc
monito.
Martens
Yeah,
and
that one's
shit.
pretty cool. Yeah. Wow. So
Love
you
that.
have
I
it?
love that they got their own kind of collectibles and stuff like that. I love
Yeah,
those shit.
dude, they've been around forever, man. And you know what? Agnostic Front is probably one of the only bands that make me feel like never give up at doing what you love to do. And
Yeah.
that's why like when I wrote that song called "Never Gonna Stop" was me saying that I'm gonna keep going because this is what I love to do.
Yes.
Is play songs and write songs. Whether you make it or not, it doesn't matter. I've never looked at myself like I'm gonna make it really big and famous. No, I just play because I love to play. And if somebody wants me to go jam somewhere and be with them and jam out, it's always fun and an honor to go out and do it with anybody. And I mean we're not young kids, man. We're older adults, and I just love playing with a younger crowd or younger
Yeah.
bands that want us to go play with them. And I just feel like, oh, this is cool that we get invited to do certain things with certain bands, and it's fun.
Yes.
So
Well, you've got such a great reputation, man, and it's no surprise that whenever the great bands come to town that they do hit you up.
uh,
Thinking about some of the older school bands. Did you ever have a chance to open up for Suicidal?
no, we actually had a spot here in San Antonio with Suicidal, and it was on October 16th. I think it was 2016, and the show got canceled. It was Suicidal Tendencies, Madball, and Confused. Only those three bands.
Oh, that would have been the
Yeah,
shit.
and there was
Oh
a there was
fuck.
a there was a flyer out there, and I don't have that flyer, but I wish I did. But it
Yeah.
was those three names on there, and I was like, man, I get to play with the person that I totally dig.
Yes.
And so yeah, that would have been so nice, but it didn't happen.
Have
So
you met Mike?
never met Mike.
Damn.
Yeah.
I haven't had a chance to meet him yet either, but I've seen him over here on the Join the Army tour.
Wow.
Um, did you catch that run? I think they
No,
were
but
it
I
was
I
them
saw
and
the
Anchor
flyer
Watt.
when I saw the flyer when it was out back in the
Yeah,
days, but I didn't get to go to that one.
that was
So
one of the best shows ever over here, bro. I mean,
in Anchor
I,
Watt, man, they tore it up too. I bet.
yes, man, they fucking kicked ass that
Hmm.
night, and they had who opened? I think it was Fearless Iranians.
Ooh, wow,
Holy
yeah.
shit! Can you
That,
imagine, right? And Join
that's
the Army. Oh, it was the best, man.
yeah,
Rocky
that's
George.
a
Oh,
total crazy show right there, man. That
total
sounds like a
crazy lineup right
non-stop
there, dude.
slam dancing show. Yeah.
Yes. And then I think I caught them. They played the Center Theater, and it was probably like maybe I can't even think of the album that they were on, bro. But it's probably been about 20 to 25 years. and it was definitely after the Art of Rebellion. I think it was maybe 2 albums after that. And they
That
had
was
another guy.
after that
They had
one
this
was
dude on
what?
drums, a white guy on drums, a blonde-haired young dude that fucking kicked ass.
I'm trying to
You,
think because right after that Art of Rebellion, was it Lights Camera Action? The one
I
right
think it
after
was
it.
the other way around. Lights, camera, action, and then Art of Rebellion.
Oh yeah, that's right. Man, I didn't really like the Art of Rebellion.
They cleaned it up too much, right?
Yeah, I didn't
That's
like
what I
it.
thought. It
Or
was,
was it Psycho Mike? Was that the one coming after
I
that
think so.
Art of Rebellion? I don't know.
Maybe. I think you're
So
right.
many
I
of
think
them.
so. But
So many.
maybe it was Josh Freese, man. I don't want. Maybe it was him on the kid, dude. But that drummer he had on that tour just blew me away, man. And Mike's always surrounded himself by having badass musicians, man.
Yeah, I wish they would bring back Infectious Grooves. That man,
Oh yeah, man.
that slap bass that Robert Trujillo throws on it.
Yes, dude. And the dude from Excel on guitar.
Yeah, dude, that's a total. I love those albums. I think I have all of those Infectious Grooves. Dig
Who
them
did
so
drums
much.
on that?
I don't remember.
I
I
can't
don't
think of
know.
who the drummer was, dude. That was some funky shit for back in the day, yeah. And that was definitely all Robert, dude. Robert was tearing it up on that shit.
The videos are
that was his
cool.
cup of tea there.
I dig the videos. Those are cool videos. So,
Yes, that was some good stuff back then. Yes,
oh yeah.
man. So, oh shit, Rudolph, we're going down. I love that opening line, dude. On I Shot Rudolph, bro. So let's talk a little bit about that.
Okay.
So I shot Rudolph, bro. You did something I've always wanted to do and write my own Christmas song. You beat me to it, and you beat me to a lot of stuff, Al. You're fucking you're the way I like to put it to Lori. There's singers and there's singers, and I think you're a singer, man.
Okay.
Because you've been there, you've lived it, you've eaten it, you've slept it. You've got guys in the scene calling you to sing for them. You're as real gets, and you're one of the greatest that are out there, man. And I really think you're a Texas legend, and
Thank you, man.
you're a
Appreciate
great
that.
ambassador, man. You're such um, your personality. I could tell you're very open minded, and you must be. I can't wait to have my own experience, but I know you just must be an absolute, you know, kick-ass time to work with you, man. And I'm excited to have that opportunity for you to
Let's,
be able to
let
do that. So I'm looking forward to that. But who worked with you on the I Shot Rudolph? Who played for you?
So I wrote the song and then I sent it to my old guitar player out in Colorado. His name is Ross Stanley. And I told Ross, I said, here's the song. I said, clean it up and send it back so I can go ahead and do vocals. And I said, just play it the way you hear it because that's the way I already have the song done.
Yeah.
So he went ahead and he did. He cleaned the guitars, and because like I said, I'm not a guitar player. I can play the riff, but with sound and tones and stuff like that, the guitar players have, and they have a particular sound. So he had his tone the way he wanted it played. So he sent it back to me with the guitars, bass, and it's a drum machine. It's not even a real drummer. So we have a drum machine on that.
All
So
right.
yeah, so I took it to Red Barn with Rob Canales in the studio, and we tore it up. And then I got my old drummer Andy Sanchez and then Charlie Corona. They came in and they did backup vocals with me on that song. So
Oh,
that was fun.
badass.
It was a lot of fun just sitting there. I love playing, writing music in studios with anybody, and anybody that can collaborate with a song, or they have an idea and they say, "Oh, let's do this," and I get real excited like a kid in a candy store. Like, this is my where I
Yes.
want to be. This is the fun part of life, is just being with any musician that just wants to have a good time making music up. So I really dig that. So I'm gonna finish that song and I'm gonna send it to you. So you're gonna have to send me your email address and stuff so we can go ahead
I
and start
will.
farting around, dude. So it should be fun.
Yes. Melting Frosty, right?
Yeah, yeah. I got a bunch of them. I mean, I'll let you pick one or so. I'll tell you which ones I have, and then you tell me which one you want to do.
All right, man. Oh, I
Yeah,
can't wait. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be a great baby we're gonna create here.
yeah. I
Yes.
wanted I wanted to work on the 12 Days of Christmas, right?
Uh
But I
oh.
wanted I wanted
Yeah.
to write it all fucked up, you know. So
Yeah, bro.
so I just wanted to make it real gory, you know, or whatever, and then put it
Yes.
out. So that's what I want to do with that one, and I think that one would be a fun. So maybe we can do two of them, and we can collaborate with that one and double
Maybe we
both
could
of them.
do that, dude.
You know,
Yeah.
so I
I
think that
would
would be
like that.
fun.
I could, well, yeah. Let me get some ideas for some days. You know what I mean?
Well,
You know,
let
and
me
yes, bro, that'd be
finish those
great.
off, you know, and then that one to me is a little harder. But I did get on the Crumpus. I got the my friend Aron from the band Panteon, so he did the drums for me on that song. So,
Oh,
but yeah, so that's pretty cool.
Panteon and Humberto was in the house. Good. What's up, Humberto? Yes,
Hey Beto, what's up, homie?
Panteon. Oh my God, killers right there, dude.
I know it, dude.
Those three, holy shit,
Everybody needs to
destroyers.
everybody needs to listen to Panteon's song of Black Thrash. It's my favorite song.
Black trash. You better
Yeah.
believe it.
Oh yeah, dude.
Save that one. Got
Yeah.
much love for Pantheon. Yes.
Fuck
So
yeah.
thinking about that, when I dug a little deeper in the I shot clause, that's when I came across the changes track. You got anything else already up your sleeve along that same idea that's going to be coming out from just your own solo work?
There's it's called Think for Yourself. It's a really cool hardcore song which is new. And then that's the one John's gonna be screaming on with me. The Think for
Ooh,
Yourself. And then I have another one that it's a death song. It's very thrash, very death, and
yeah,
my younger brother Robert Paul, we were talking the other day, and I was showing him the track, and he was like, "Dude, I really like this one." He goes, "This is badass." And then I said, "You want to play it?" I go, "Or do you want to sing on it?" You know, and so he
yeah.
goes, "Well, let me think about it. We'll think about this one, and we'll see what we can do." So I said, "Okay." I said, "Well, let me know." And then because my brother, he's a really good musician, you know, and that guy can shred. He's a very good, talented kid, man. So yeah, I'm blessed to be around a lot of talented musicians. You know, so that's awesome. And then everybody's got great personality and great, you know, sense of humor. So yeah, I mean, look, I got Jesse here.
Right, just chilling right back there.
Chilling.
Who's
He
been
got
all
tired
around
of
the world
playing.
right there, hanging out with the guys from El Nino. Yes, big shout out. Much love for everybody in El Nino, Dave and Laz, and
The
oh man,
guys,
love them all, man. Love them all. Big shout out to Miggy. Yes, love me,
yeah,
Miggy, man. Yes.
a lot
Oh
of
my
fun.
goodness. So let me also ask you this: going back to when you were a kid, man, the
Hmm.
first band that got me into rock and the metal was Kiss, and Gene Simmons was a guy that inspired me. Who inspired you, Al, that to
Well,
want you to fucking get into rock and the metal and to be a singer?
my older brother inspired me because my older brother used to hang around a lot of old rock hippies, you know. So my brother would come home with Led Zeppelin, Black Sabbath, you know,
Yeah.
Rush, Queen, uh then ACDC, you know,
Yes.
and so those were like the first albums that I really grew up listening to. And then
All right.
he would bring different stuff. Check this one out, check that one out, and don't scratch it, you know. And so I would listen to all this different stuff, right? And then my mom was more into like the Beatles and Elvis Presley, and
Okay.
my dad was totally into like norteños and cumbias and
All
stuff like
right.
that. And then my dad played sax in a rock band back in the days, but his style of rock. And
Cool.
so I grew up all around music. And then my tia was a Tejano singer, Irma Garza, and so she would come out on the Johnny Canales show and things like that
Oh
and sing and
shit. You got
perform.
it.
So I was, yeah, you got it, Johnny. So I was all part of a whole bunch of different kind of styles of music in my life, you know.
Yes.
So, so yeah, so that's how my big brother was my influence. So those were the albums that I grew up listening to. And then we used to have a T-shirt shop at the Central Mall in the Valley, and there
Yeah.
was a record store there. And I remember walking in the record store, and then I found Haunted the Chapel, and then I found First Suicidal, and then I found Running Wild, and then I found
Running
that black
wild.
and white Motley Crue, the first one, Too Fast for
Yes. Too
Love.
fast for
So
love.
I had all this mix of music, you know, and I would listen to all these bands and stuff, and then I just started finding my own influences. Then Possessed. I remember finding the Possessed and sitting in my room just reading the lyrics, and then you hear the first, like that Exorcist song coming out in the beginning. You're like, oh
Yes.
shit, you're reading all this crazy stuff. So that was my approach to things when I was growing into the music scene. So
So when you found, how old were you when you found that, got your hands on that Haunting the Chapel and
when it first came out in '84, I believe it was '83, '84 when it first came out.
83, 84?
Yeah.
Yep.
So that's when I first got it.
Because you got a leg up on me right there. So
Well,
you're
that
already
store,
you're already
whoever
like
owned,
15, 16.
yeah, yeah. So
Yeah.
so whoever owned that store had all these crazy things, and then everybody, almost like what Alex said the other day, that when we were all
Splatterfest.
kids. Yeah, when we were kids, everybody always looked at the album cover, and if the album cover was heavy
Oh,
and different, you're gonna buy it
yeah.
because you want to hear what it's about, whether it was good or bad. You want to check it because that cover just sort of made you like, what the fuck, So that's the way it was when we grew up. That was our
Yes.
imagination, just trying to feel what was out there and stuff like that. And we didn't have the internet to say, oh, you can hear the songs, and if you didn't like it, you're like, ah, this sucks, that sucks, and you just get it
Right.
out. So
You had to hear the whole album. You had to be
yeah,
invested. And
yeah.
while you were doing it, usually the background story is if you liked the band enough, you were mowing yards, you were doing extra chores around the house, you were going to
Hmm.
grandma's house asking grandma for money so you can go to the record store and buy that new the new Metallica or comes out, or the new Slayer that comes out, and you're going home, you're looking at the inlay with all the lyrics, you're just sitting on the bed or laying on the bed just going along,
Yeah.
headphones or no headphones.
Hmm.
And those are the days of the old turntables where you had your little AM FM dial, and then you had like maybe a cassette hooked up to it, or maybe
Yeah.
even an 8-track, depending on how old your system was.
Yeah. We had a really big one, and it had the turntable. It had an 8 track, and then it had a cassette player in it. So we
Oh
had
yes,
yeah. So
the
we had one
works.
of those big old classics, and so it was cool. But yeah, I all that stuff I grew up listening to, and then the punk era. I started listening to the Exploited, the
Yes,
Clash, and the Sex Pistols and stuff like that. And then I just started looking up my own stuff, and that's when I found like all the punk bands that were just popping up back in the days. GBH, Accused, Doctor No. All these bands were just popping out of the woodworks. And the Bad Brains.
Bad Brains.
I mean, everything was just coming. And then you start listening to all these styles of bands, and yeah, and then that's
How
what
about
triggered me.
mem- remember a show called Night Flight?
A show called Night Flight.
Yeah, on USA Network. It was like on Saturday nights, and I remember seeing Bad Brains videos on there. Remember seeing a video from a band called Blast, who was like one of those Venice bands.
I don't think
Um,
I had that station, but I know like whatever came out on MTV later on, but
yeah,
but yeah, no, I don't remember that
you
station.
remember that one? What about I think the first band that I got my hands on, it's funny because me and my friend Tim, we kind of look back and laugh. And me and Tim started a band called Aggravated Assault, and that was our first band back in '86. And I
Okay.
played drums back then, and Tim was our vocalist. But I remember the first time we went to Craig's Record Factory here in town, and he bought the Suicidal Tendencies record, and
Hmm.
we were already metalheads, but we were into Priest, we were into Metallica, we were into Slayer, Exodus. We were already into Venom and Destruction, and then we got hold of that Suicidal, and we put it on, and we were like, "What the fuck? What is this, man?" And it just we didn't get it the first time, so we went back. We started listening to fucking more metal, and before you knew it, Tim fucking we're back. We were at his house, and I think we got some MD bottles of MD 2020. We got the guy from down the street to buy them, and he goes, "We're gonna fucking put this album back on again. We're gonna check it out. I'm sure it's good." And I said, "Put it back on again." And after drinking some MD 2020, it was life was never the same, and I fell in love with Suicidal. And
Yeah.
they had, like I Shot the Devil, I Saw Your Mommy, Dead, and
Yeah.
they're just hit after hit off of their Suicidal Failure. It just one of those kind of things where kind of somewhat embarrassed that I didn't get it the first time, but at least I fucking finally got it. And after that, it was like Circle Jerks and Black Flag and everything. Then the
Hmm.
flood doors opened up. And then that's when we kind of got a hold of like the Accused, started getting some of that Seattle, punk hardcore mix going on. And then we really started getting into that stuff because that was like more fun than an open casket funeral.
Yeah,
That was the
yeah,
shit when the Accused came up with that one.
yeah. There's
And
a lot of great
it
bands,
just
man.
reminds me of a great time, man, of just getting those records from Craig's Record Factory and doing some more. Me and Tim would be mowing yards together,
Hmm.
and sometimes we wouldn't even fuck. Sometimes we would get paid in advance, and the guy that would get, let's say, the customer at the house, they would be like, we gotta go to HEB. We'll be right back. All right, me and Tim, let's go before they come back. So we take the money and run, go buy some records. The very next day, dude, that guy's combing the streets and he fucking finds us. Hey, you guys, come here.
You're running with the vinyl.
Yeah, I know, right? Oh, man. It's just in the name of rock and roll, man. It was all
Yeah,
good. Whatever you had to do to get your hands on a record, it was
hell
fun
yeah.
time.
Yeah, I had a lot of vinyl, and Wasp, I loved Wasp, so that was one of my fun rock bands was Wasp, and
Was, fuck
yeah,
yeah.
I missed the show that was here, man, because I was working. I was like, fuck, man. So, and I had a free ticket from my buddy Serge, and I missed it, dude. I was so upset with myself.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
caught them on the last tour, maybe a year ago, maybe a year and a half. They came and they
Uh-huh.
played over here at Concrete Street. Blackie sounded great. Man, he
Yeah.
sounded good.
I can't believe that he's still tearing it up, and I sort of wish Chris Holmes was back in the band. I've always
Yes.
loved the way he played with Blackie Lawless. It was just to me, it just those
Them
two
too.
guys. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, that was the band the way I saw it, man. These two guys are awesome, and but nope, shit happens. People
Yeah, I
change.
know. Shit happens. I know.
Yeah,
But shout out to Blackie Lawless, another great fucking patriot. Hell
yeah,
yeah, dude. Fuck
yeah,
yeah. I
dude.
love the way he was giving props back in the, not too long ago. Just giving some great props, man. Great, great patriot, man. We need more patriots out there, man. Fuck.
I think with
Uh,
our generation, even though we were so into our own scene, as underground, hardcore punk, crossover thrashers,
yeah.
that we were never afraid just to go watch any other band that just came into town just to watch it. If it was a hair metal band or whatever. I mean, I would try to go to every show I can possibly go to that was there at the Villarreal in the Valley. So I've seen so many bands when there were nobodies. My
Yeah.
first show that my brother took me to was Twisted Sister, Rat, and Mama's Boy.
Fuck
And
yeah. You into that? Oh,
yeah,
badass.
and if I'm not mistaken, it was on You Can't Stop Rock and Roll tour for
Ooh,
Twisted Sister, which is really really killer, man. And
fuck
and
yes.
yeah, so they Twisted Sister and Mama's Boy kicked ass, and not to down Rat, man, but they really sucked live. I'll listen to them on CD, cassette, whatever, but can't
Yeah.
watch them live, dude. I mean, that's just my input on it. So, but yeah,
Oh shit. Well, I
yeah,
love me some Rat too, man. Hell yeah. Lay it down.
yeah.
Yep, laying it
Mhm.
down all day. But hey, Twisted Sister, and I gotta give, since you mentioned Twisted Sister, we gotta give their shout out since it is Christmas time. If you haven't heard Twisted Sister's Christmas album, check it
I
out.
haven't. Yeah, I need to check it out. I haven't heard it. So,
Oh, it's so much fun. That's, I gotta say, I do an annual Christmas show here. It's called Tony's Twisted Christmas Spectacular. And yeah, I got a little twisted out of the Twisted Sister. I'll buy him a sandwich. All right. I love D. Snyder. So I'm paying respects and just, should I say, emulating my idols by
yeah.
using a little Twisted in the name of my Christmas show. But if it wasn't for me seeing D. Snyder doing the Twisted Sister, uh, take on all these Christmas songs that we love, I would have never really knew where this whole Christmas show idea was going to go. So that
Yeah.
really gave me an idea, a structure on how it could go, and from then on, that just kind of gave me a skeleton to go off from where I'm at now. So what started at I guess it was 9 songs.
Hmm.
We've built up to 20 songs now, and it's 20 guys in the band now. Really, it's 4 groups, and each group has about 5 members. And some of the members double up in some of the bands. Some of the vocalists double up in the band as well. but really it's all about just giving some love and raising money for the Coastal Bend Food Bank here in town. But big props to Dee Snider and Twisted Sister, because if it wasn't for that Christmas album, I wouldn't be doing that show, because that really spawned the whole idea and gave me something to work with. But the whole idea for the Christmas show was because I became a granddad, and this is 5 years ago. My daughter had Grayson, and when just becoming a granddad, it just kind of changed my world. It
Yeah.
was just like another, like, wow, life keeps getting better. Shit, usually it was a good show that would kind of remind me, like, hey, things are keep getting good as I get older. But when I had him, it was just like, wow, how did I get blessed one more time? Not only with my kids, but this guy.
That's
So I
great,
started the
dude.
Christmas show because I wanted to give back, and it's
Yeah.
been nothing but great. But since I'm talking about my grandkid, have you been blessed? Have you got some grandkids?
No grandkids. I have three beautiful kids, and my daughter 29, the other daughter 23, and then my son will be 18 December 19th. So he graduates this year, well, 2025.
Awesome.
So yeah, he's the last of the tribe, so
Yes.
in school. So yeah,
Three
so,
kids, man. That is
three kids.
awesome, Al.
Yeah, thank you. So
Hell yes.
congratulations on having a grandbaby. But no, I don't think my daughters are ready to have kids yet.
I get it, Dad. I get it, man. When my daughter had hers, I'm like, oh my God, I didn't know if I was ready for all this, but I wouldn't have it any other way. I
That's
wouldn't have
awesome,
it any other way.
dude.
It makes every
Congrats.
Christmas so much sweeter having this little guy running around, and me and him, we hit it off like two peas in a pod. So
Yeah, my best friend here, he has two grandbabies, man, and they're always with them, and I'm like,
yes,
so I'm
you
like,
you see the love, right?
yeah, like what is that like, like.
Right. Oh,
So I
eventually,
I
eventually.
wait for that day, and I hope I'm not like in my 80s. Oh God, I can't play. So
You keep
that,
taking care of yourself. You're gonna be fine, Al. Hell
I
yeah,
hope
you look
I
good,
hope
man.
so.
You're gonna be good.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
So let me ask you, Al, what was your first concert, and also, what was your first underground show?
Well, my first concert was the Twisted Sister Rat and Mama's Boy. That was
Okay,
my first
okay, all right.
concert, and
Yes, all
then
right.
after that, I went to the McAllen Civic Center, and Watchtower was playing.
Oh
So,
fuck.
so I saw Watchtower tearing it up. And then after that, the Edinburgh Sun Palace, there was a guy named Rick McGee, and he lives in Dallas. And Rick used to throw all these killer shows at the Sun Palace in Edinburgh. So we
Yeah.
used to go there, and we saw Devastation, we saw Dead Horse, we saw
Oh.
Pure Hate. I shared the stage with Annihilator back then, in those days.
Yeah.
We saw Blood Come,
Yeah. Blood come. I
um,
remember
there was
that.
there was so many bands that would go through there, and I remember going to school, and I would have a black eye, and me and my friends, and we'd be all beat up, because somebody kicked you with a boot, but we were all excited. Oh
That was
man,
cool.
yeah, it was
Yes.
fun times, and so yeah, those were the good days, and so.
Oh, yes, the time of our lives right then. Exactly, bro.
And then from there on, I mean, those were the motivators, to literally go out and start playing. So then that's when
Yes.
Confused started doing it too, like everybody else. And then we just started going out there and throwing it out and having a good time. So it was a lot of fun, dude. And I'm not gonna lie, and I'm glad to be part of that history. And I'm still doing what I love to do.
Yes, man. What a blessing. I know it's 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 definitely something that I know that you're um have enjoyed the ride,
Yeah,
and
fun.
it's been a hell of a ride, man. Hell yes.
Mm-hmm.
So let me ask you this. If there was a dream tour that you could go on, like with maybe like three or four headliners and you would be opening up, who would those three or four headliners be, Al?
Well, definitely DRI.
All right.
Definitely agnostic front.
All right.
Uh, totally suicidal tendencies,
Fuck yes.
And I'm gonna throw a curveball on this one. I'm a
Uh,
huge Excel fan, so Excel has to be on it, man. And
yeah.
so that would probably be, and of course, I would love to do another run with the MOD with Billy Milano. So that was also fun because he was also part of my big, influence on how I write music too. And I remember me and my cousin, we were kids and we were sitting on a half pipe, and we were listening to USA for MOD back in the days and the SOD
Yeah.
also. And I would tell my cousin, one of these days I'm gonna meet this guy, and then we would just skate and laugh, and then all
And
this
then next thing
happened.
you know,
So
right? Yes, man.
that was fucking cool. So yeah.
You know,
So
I got a little story when it comes to Billy, man. When I had Killamore going on back in the 2000s, Billy was running or managing that place called Headhunters in Austin.
yeah,
And
sound guy.
yeah, dude. So I went up there with Killamore. We did a show. And, of course, I knew the legend of Billy Milano, but I didn't know he ran that bar or anything like that. So eventually when, we're getting paid out and stuff, he goes, yeah, dude, you guys are pretty badass. Like, holy shit, you're Billy Milano. He goes, yeah, man. Why don't you come by my house afterwards? I'll make y'all some burgers. I want to interview you guys for my website. I was like, what tonight? Yeah, man, come on. So, all
Yeah,
right. So we went to his house afterwards, and he's got his SOD gold record
yeah,
on the wall and shit.
yeah.
And his dog, man, I don't remember his dog's name, but he's got a big ass fucking dog. He fucking takes me down, starts fucking trying to dry hump me. I'm like, hey, Alex helps me out. He gets the guys off and gets the dogs off. And anyway, Billy's nothing but the most gracious host. Let me make y'all some food, man. And we're like, no, man, you can't cook for us. Don't worry about it. Let's do the interview, though. Let's chill out. Let's do the interview. So we talked for a good hour there at his place. And that was a great fucking moment right there. And before I left that house, before I left his apartment, at that time in Killamora and in my history and integrity, I always painted my face. And it was always like a mix between Gene Simmons and King Diamond. And
Wow, cool.
every show was a different face paint. And to me, it was just kind of a war paint ritual kind of thing. And I kind of, after a while, it just got old because that shit would get in my eye. And for about 30 minutes, my eyes would just be burning. I really couldn't see shit once the show started because I was already bald. So I painted my face all the way to the top. So if you're facing me, it looked like it was painted all the way around.
Yeah.
But eventually that white and black runs into my eyes and I'm just fucking blinded by tracers.
Oh, shit, dude.
Anyway, Billy says, dude, you got a great voice. Other guys need makeup or they need some kind of gimmick. You don't need it, dude. Just use your voice. You got a great, powerful voice. Just do that. And so with Billy's recommendation, I stopped doing it. And to me, it's all good. But if it wasn't for him kind of having somebody that gave a fuck about somebody's opinion, like Billy's, telling me, dude, you don't need that shit. Just fucking sing. You got a great voice. Do you?
And you do, man. You have an amazing voice, man. And I heard that song that you had just posted up. I think it was a few days ago. It was the Killamora, right? Was that a new one?
No, it's with my latest band. We're called War Cult.
War Cult. I'm sorry,
that was
War
called
Cult.
Terrorize.
Yeah. But there was a black and white video, man, and the vocals were totally on point, man. I was like, oh my god, man, that was a great video, a great song too.
Thank you,
That's
bro.
a great song. But yeah, I was watching that the other day. Yeah.
Loving it, man. Just loving what I'm doing still after all these years. I've been doing cover bands for almost like 17 years.
I remember, you were doing cover bands,
Yeah, but it's a blast. There's nothing like singing Pantera and Slayer, Megadeth, Metallica, and Biohazard and Suicidal Tendencies. There's nothing like singing fucking You Can't Bring Me Down, bro.
Yeah,
Holy shit.
Song. That's a great song.
That's a badass song, bro.
That's one of my all-time favorites. When people want to hate on me, that's my song. You Can't Bring Me Down.
Yes, that's it's a hard one to sing. It's a lot easier for me now. But those first three verses it was just a little tricky to get them out there. But now it just rolls off the tongue, man. And just when it comes to all that, the singing and stuff, I'm just like I can tell Lori, I'm just a singing fool. I love to sing. I love it. The more I can sing with anybody, bro. That's why when you invited me, I'm like, oh yeah. Bring me on. I want to sing.
We gotta do it.
But anyway, enough about me. I love the fucking 4 bands that you picked for the Dream Tour. That was great. I love it. I love the Excel fit in there. The Joke's on You is one of my favorite records from back in the day. And really like the way they cleaned everything up on that one compared to, but the production was just, excellent on that. but Drive,
Yeah.
Tapping,
You
uh,
need drive. I
yes,
love
just hit after hit.
that.
The guitar work, the vocals on
Yeah.
there, just amazing. And
Great albums.
there's a lot of bands that have that Venice style, and of course, Suicidal and XL do, but they were able to have that style, but still be very unique in their in and keep it in their own lane.
And we
So
can't forget about Beowulf, dude.
Beowulf, yes, of course,
Yeah,
Beowulf.
you know,
Yeah, absolutely,
I mean, shit, man. And with
great.
Dale Henderson on vocals, man, and that's a
Yeah,
great freaking band, dude. Beowulf. So we're
love
trying
love
to,
me some Beowulf right
yeah,
there.
we're trying to get it together where we do a run with Beowulf in Texas. So we're trying to work that out. So hopefully we can work
Wow,
that out and do a Texas run with Beowulf. So
make it happen,
yeah,
bro. That's gonna
gotta
be
make it
fucking
happen, man.
badass.
So yeah. A lot of great bands, man. And like I said, your all's band and what you've been doing with the Annihilator, dude, like fuck. Yeah, I can't wait to get a hold of it. So
Yes, I can't
yeah.
wait till we play down there, bro. That'd be nice.
Hell
Hell
yeah.
yeah, get go over
And
there
we're
for
we're
Joe
looking
Dan.
at we're looking at doing another Texas uh the thrash bash. So if
Oh,
you guys want to be on it, man, be a fucking thriller to have you guys there be part of the
oh,
Texas thrash bash. So
I hope Alex gives us the okay. We'll
come
have to
on,
go through
Alex.
Al, but we'll see if we can make it happen, dude. Thank you for
Well,
the invite.
yeah,
Fuck, that'd be
we'll give
badass.
you plenty ahead of time and stuff like that, and then we'll make
Yeah,
sure that all the bands are compensated and stuff like that. So we'll make it to where it's worth everybody's while. Don't
oh,
want don't want to do this for free at all. So
that is badass, dude.
oh
Thank you
yeah,
so
man.
much. That'd be bad. That'd be killer. I look forward to that.
Yeah, yeah. Trying to, like I said, once we can get this new album out, and it might even be maybe a total of 8 or 9 songs because some of these songs are structured. They're a little bit longer than the regular fast songs that I do. So yeah,
Oh, fuck yeah.
I can't wait. I can't wait to see how this one turns out. So
Yes, it's gonna be heavy. I know that.
I
So
hope
let
so.
me ask you, Al, how do you keep yourself in shape?
I have a gym, a full size gym here at my house.
No shit. Okay,
Yeah.
good. All right.
I'll send you a picture in a little bit. You can see the gym. So
How
yeah.
about hobbies? What other things do you do besides singing and making music?
Um. Well, I mean, really just work out. So write music.
Yes.
I would go skate every now and then, but since I've been blessed and been pretty busy with work, that I just focus on my business and just try to make something happen. So I own my own flooring company, and that's what I've been trying to do. It got really slow at some times. This industry is just like a roller coaster, man,
Yeah.
and and then right now I was blessed with a lot of work, and so I'm trying to be patient and focus on what I have. So sometimes it's hard because when I have to go play a show, and I'm up at 6 o'clock every day, and I'll go work, then I'll come home, and like when you text me and I'm having dinner, it was already at
Yeah.
7. So I had just finished doing my pump in the garage, me and Jesse, and then we went to go eat, and then we hauled ass home to get this thing set up on here. But like my sleep hours would probably maybe be 4 hours a day, 5 hours of sleep, maybe tops.
Yeah.
So that's all I sleep, and I get back and I go to work again. So when I go play shows, and I feel bad because sometimes I won't hang out. I'm just so tired because they don't realize that I'm doing not only making the sale, but I'm doing manual labor installing the job too. Then when I'm done and
Yes.
I'm driving 4 hours or whatever to go play, I'm beat. I'm tired. Right
Yes.
now I'm tired, but I'm so tired that I don't want to hang out. I just want to go to bed.
I know exactly what you're going through, bro.
Yeah.
Holy smoke. Me and you have a lot in common, man, because we, uh, I like the way my wife put it. I feel like we're goal smashers. We start seeing a goal, just like you're trying to finish this record.
Yeah.
It's just like, man, I got things to do. Sure, we have our day jobs. We're gonna take
Yeah.
care of the day jobs. When we take care of that through and through, but after it's over, then it's our time, or it's music time, and we get fucking very serious about it, because
Yeah.
it's yeah, it brings us a lot of joy, but we're very, there's so much heart and soul that goes into it that it's the older we get, I think for myself, I really want whatever comes out to be memorable and better than anything I'd done but previously. Just got to keep getting a little bit better.
Yeah. And that's what I try to when I'm writing stuff, you know, that I hope it's better than the last ones that I did, and I hope
yeah,
everybody hears it and says, "All right, yeah, I like this one. This one's cool." You know, sort of like you were saying about Chaos and some of the songs, you know, and yeah, that's I'm the same way. Like you just want your next one always to be better than the last ones. So
yes, bro.
yeah.
You know, and throughout all this, all the jamming and the things that we got going on, um, you always got to find that balance too, right, Dad? You know
Hmm.
what I mean? With wife, with the
Yep.
kids, and with work, and
Well,
uh,
there's a hobby right there. My wife and I, we hang out at the bingo, like old people.
really, dude,
Yeah, dude, we hang out
I
at the
like
bingo.
that, man.
Yeah.
Tight. Have you gotten lucky every so often?
I think it was a few days ago. I hit $2,200.
Get out of
Yeah,
here!
yeah, and
Hey,
then
badass!
and then the next day I went and I bought me a $50 scratchy and I won $200. You know, and
Oh,
then yesterday I cashed one of them and I kept the money, and then I said I had $50 and I bought another one, and then I won $100. You know, so like, oh shit, you know, so yeah,
I love it, dude. Good blessings, bro. Good blessings.
yeah,
They things work out. I'm definitely a big believer in karma, and you know, good things happen to good people. You just got to keep giving and keep giving it forward, dude. It always comes back around. He
yeah,
always sees what's going on, and he always knows what's up. And if your heart's in the right place, you're gonna be taken care of. God always works things out, man.
yeah. No,
Godly,
I'm blessed, you know, and I have a beautiful family, you know, and we work great together here at the house. So
yeah.
everybody's good, and I'm glad everybody's healthy, you know. So that's
Most
always,
of all, I know,
yeah.
right? Godly.
I
I
always
know
tell my
I've got,
kids, I
I've
always
got a
tell the
brother
kids, I
who's got
said,
a business.
everything is materials. I said, you guys can never be replaced. Everything else can be replaced. So always
Right.
remember that. Like, love each other, don't hate each other, man. And
Yes. Great words. Real quick, I just want to give a shout out to my brother and his wife Becca, who's in the hospital. I hope you heal up and get a quick recovery, and you get to go home real soon, Becca. All right, you and Sly.
yeah,
Love you guys. So
prayers to your
real quick,
family, bro.
thank you, man. Thank you, Al. Let me ask you about. I'm a big movie guy.
Okay.
What kind of movies? You like horror movies? You like Christmas movies?
Um, I like comedy. I like to laugh, and I like suspense.
Oh,
So,
okay. So you
yeah.
like the M. Night Shyamalan movies, like the suspense kind of movies like that, like maybe Trap. Have you seen that
Trap,
one?
good one, yeah. And there's a few other ones, you know, but I like a lot more. I like to laugh, you know.
Yeah,
I don't like to be sad or depressed. Like most of the kids nowadays are always pissed off. You know, what are you pissed off about? You know, I mean,
right. Stop listening.
you live under a roof. You got clothes. You got food. You got internet. You got everything. I mean, what the hell are you mad about? You know,
Right.
and
You
yeah.
get the world at your fingertips.
Yeah, I don't
Shit.
get it, you know. So yeah, I like to smile and laugh, you know. My wife is huge with the horror flicks, you know, so she loves all the horror movies.
All right.
She's got a whole library of stuff, man. I mean, she's a fanatic with that stuff. So anybody who talks to Jackie that knows her about horror movies, yeah, she's totally into that stuff, you know. So
Hell
yeah.
yeah. Well, so I'm sure you guys loved Halloween this year, right?
She dressed up, but I did not, you know.
Okay. All
Yeah,
right.
sometimes I'll dress up too, but yeah, this Halloween I just wasn't in the Halloween spirit, you know.
And it
Uh,
was during the week. What was it, like a Wednesday or a Thursday or something
yeah,
like
something
that?
like that. Yeah, my wife was that singer Pitbull, so she put on
What?
this. Yeah, she put on this ball thing and everything, and she took one of my mics, you know, as she went to work.
Oh shit.
So yeah, that was cool.
Hey,
So
Fireball!
yeah, dude.
Fireball! I love it. That's my drink of choice. I want to get endorsed by Fireball. Shout
Yeah.
out.
There you go. Hopefully they'll give it to you. So.
Dude, I hope so. Hell yeah. Oh, that's very cool. So, if you had what would you say your favorite Christmas movie is?
uh, I the Christmas Story,
Oh
classic.
shit! Okay, the classic. All
Yeah,
right,
that
with
was.
Ralphie.
Yeah, have you seen the part two?
I haven't, dude. Where it's the
Dude,
same actors, right?
it's all the same characters in the part two one. You
Is this
know,
awesome or what?
it's cool because they pretty much do the same concept except they're adults,
Yeah.
and the guy who stuck his tongue on the pole, he
Uh
owns
huh.
a bar. No, I mean, you gotta watch that. That one's a good one. You'll dig that one.
Oh shit.
So,
That sounds great. Yeah.
so
Okay,
yeah,
I'm
that
gonna
one.
have to watch it this year. Absolutely got to get that one.
Yeah, so
I
the
got to
part
give a
two's good.
couple of shout outs to. I really like Silent Night. I thought that was a cool take on Santa, where it's kind of like Santa meets Die Hard. So I really like the Silent Night movie.
Okay,
And I just saw Red One with The Rock and Chris Evans and J.K. Simmons. Where
that's a Christmas movie.
yeah, it's a Christmas movie. It just came out like 2 weeks ago,
Okay,
and
is it funny?
super cool. Krampus comes out. He looks badass, fucking
Really
badass. Because it's about mythological creatures as well. So they have like the headless horseman comes out, and
nice.
it's just super cool. I just got into it. I thought it was a great story. Uh, I'm a big fan of The Rock, so The Rock did fucking great. I love Cap, so yeah, Chris Evans did great, and Santa. So I had a few of my favorite characters in it. So check it out. But I think my favorite Christmas movie has got to be Christmas Vacation, man.
Oh, that
Christmas
one's a
fucking
good one.
Vacation,
Yeah.
Chevy Chase.
Yes,
Oh
that was. I
man.
forgot about that one. That one is a good one. Yeah,
I
yeah.
tell you, the tearjerker though is when he gets locked up in the attic and he's watching the old films of him and as a kid. I always tell my wife, "Hey, fast forward through that shit because it's almost like me now because we're seeing our kids now. So I'm like, fuck."
Yeah,
But it's just
dude.
a reminder and how blessed that we are to be surrounded with our kids and them being healthy and
Yeah.
enjoying this time of year again.
Oh yeah,
So
dude. That's
so yeah,
awesome.
I love me some movie talk. Real quick before I move on,
Home Alone is one of my favorite ones too. The first two, of course.
Home Alone, yes, dude, I
Yeah,
love those two.
those
Yes,
are great movies. Yeah, they're
those are great,
classics as
dude.
well. So
Yeah,
they have to be in our category here at the
they got
house.
to be in it. Yes, definitely
Yeah.
got to give them some big props to Home Alone.
Hell yeah.
And let's see, um, just because I was seeing, I saw him come out, but Bruce Willis came out just the other days. Maybe it's an old one, but he said, "I got to come out and make sure I make this loud and clear that Die Hard is not a Christmas movie."
Oh shit.
I think it is, man.
I
It's
thought it was
close
more like
enough,
a
right?
Christmas kind of movie, I mean, it was, yeah. Wow. Who for him to say that?
Right. Maybe he was just trying to be funny, but anyway, I thought it was pretty
Christmas
funny.
murder.
Let me ask you this: when's the next Confused show? When are you playing again?
We are playing Toys for Tots in December 13th at the Hop Shop with Pantheon, Belligerency, and God damn it, I forgot the other band's name. Sorry, guys. Um, so the few bands that are on there, so we're playing there. And then on the 14th, we're playing in Brownsville with Pantheon, Belligerency, us, and I think Overt Enemies on there. So yeah, we're doing those two shows, and my guitar player Ross Stanley, who's been in Confused since '93, so he's been back in Confused. So we're gonna have him and Dustin Putz. We're playing the show in Harlingen, but then Dustin's gonna drive back home that day because he has to work the next day. So we're gonna be just the four amigos tearing it up in Brownsville. So me
All right,
me and
dude,
Ross.
that's going to be a heavy hitting
Yeah.
lineup right there on the
So
14th too. And
yeah,
the
hopefully
Toys
it
for
should be
Tots,
fun.
I love that you guys are putting a show together for that.
Yeah, yeah. Beto, I believe, put that together, and then Serge put the one and at Hop Shop. He does that a lot there, which is really really cool for these guys to go out of their way and do stuff like that, for the kids. So I think that's awesome.
Yes, us metalheads, punks, and hardcore heads, we got big hearts, man. We,
Yeah.
put a show together, say it's going to be for the kids or for Toy for Tots or any other kind of great cause. Hell yeah, let's do
The
it.
the the sad part is we didn't rehearse I Shot Rudolph, so they're not going to be played at either one of these shows.
No, they're
So
not
yeah,
ready for that one. All right, all right.
so yeah, it's not going to be played, which is, yeah, it's a bummer. But
No, it's all right.
hopefully
Play
when
it
we,
before and after the set. You know what I mean? It's like some intro music or something, man, to get
yeah,
the feel going.
so hopefully I'll be able to finish um this album. It's going to take me a little bit, because I'm taking my time with it, and I want certain people to be part of it. And what I'm doing with this particular Christmas album is I'm making it like a book. So every song has it's a different cover. It's a different artwork for each song. So it's going to be like
Yes.
a Christmas book with the cover of the song. So
Different little
yeah,
Christmas short stories.
your imagination is off the picture. So you're looking at the picture while listening to the song, and you get your own imagination of what the hell happened to Rudolph, or what the
Yeah.
hell happened to Frosty? Why did he melt? Or the Krampus, the instrumental. So it's all the songs are different. So when you're looking at the pictures, you're feeling an image of what it's about. So
That's a great idea.
yeah,
Hell yeah, I love that.
yeah.
We
So,
had some great comments in here. I want to give a shout out real quick. Remember the Polar Express? That's a good one right there.
oh yeah, the Polar Express. Forgot about that one.
Yes. Very, that enchanted ride. You know what I mean? Being a kid and
Yeah.
just going to the North Pole.
That's
I
right. I
love it.
totally forgot. That's a good one. Sorry, I forgot about
Yes.
that one.
Let me see. Miguel's got a question real quick. Let me bring this up. Question for Al. As musicians, sometimes it's hard to avoid sounding like our influences. How do you achieve getting the feel of your influences, but avoiding repeating what they already done? Good question, Miguel.
Avoiding repeating what they already done. So is he sort of saying that I'm repeating what they're doing?
No, he says.
Or
A matter of fact, it's the opposite of that. He goes, how do you achieve getting the feel of your influences, but avoid repeating what they've already done because you do it in your own way,
yeah.
but you got that feel.
But I mean, I I'm gonna have to say in some aspect I've been doing it just as long as those bands have been doing it as well. We just
Yeah,
didn't make that mainstream like they did, and I don't know. I don't know.
I think sometimes it's in the genes, it's in the blood,
Yeah, there you go.
and it, like
It,
the like I
just
was
something that just
referring maybe to
happens. I mean,
depression. No,
you just
fight,
have it.
but there's one of the songs, a few of your songs, have a little bit of that Mike Muir style going on right there, and but it's just a little style. It reminds me a little bit, but it's all you. It's all
Yeah,
you, and it's just kind of almost throwing back. It's like when I'm writing a song with any of my bands, I'll be like, hey, we kind of need a little riff. It's kind of like, remember that song in Sepultura where it kind of went like this in that break for territory, but we need to change it up a little bit. So maybe it's like, sometimes to get a riff across, I'll use a particular riff that everybody's familiar with to kind of have something familiar to kind of get the vision together and say, it's kind of like that, but it's really like this.
yeah.
But
I think when I write something and I have that emotion of the way the song is thrown out, there
yeah,
are times where I don't mean to make it sound like it's like if I'm trying to be Mike Muir or anything like that. It's just the way when I wrote the lyric or something, it's just the way it was flowing at the time. So I was
yeah,
like, oh, it sounds cool like this. So I'll do
yeah,
parts of what it is like that, but then parts of it is like screaming. But anytime I write any song, I always try to make every song different, where it doesn't sound
yes,
like the same repeated song, or the same repeated vocal. I always try to change it up. So when somebody's hearing something, they're like, oh, well, that doesn't sound anything like what this would sound. It sounds like this. And so, yeah, I always try to
right,
keep them different, just for the enjoyment of you're not just hearing the same thing. So
right.
yeah, I
And
think,
you've done that. You've been able to make that happen.
yeah,
Hell yes. So great question, Miggy. Hell yeah.
yeah,
Let's see. We
good
also
one.
got some other. Yeah, Jamie says Nightmare Before Christmas. That's always a classic right there. Yes.
Yeah,
And
that's
Pierre,
right.
I like that quote. He says, Kevin, I'm going to feed you to my tarantula. That's a good one right there. Yes. Hell yeah. And it's like a Home Alone. They take it easy on the Pepsi.
Yeah.
Remember that, dude? Oh yeah, you guys have been great in the chat room tonight. Thanks for everybody tuning in. Hell
Hell
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Over at Enemy, yeah. Thank you, Rob. Yes, Silent Night. That's a good one.
Silent
So
Night.
now we know you guys gonna be your cats confused December 13th and the 14th.
Yeah.
The venue again on the 13th is gonna be where?
The Hop Shop.
The Hop Shop. And how about on the 14th?
I don't know. Ask Han. I think Han knows, or ask Humberto. I don't remember.
Okay. Definitely
So
go check out our friends on Pantheon's Facebook page and Overt Enemy, and definitely double check to find out where that venue is going to be to catch this great lineup on the 14th as well. But you got to go over there on the 13th. I know you're going to see Confused both days. If you got to make it both, make sure you're bringing a toy on the 13th. All right, bring a
yes,
special toy
come
for
and
those
have
kids out
fun
there.
and support these kids. That don't get to get stuff. And
Yes.
it's for a great cause. And like I said, I really appreciate Serge and Humberto and the guys doing these events. I think it's a lot of fun, and happy that they asked us to come and play. I hadn't played
Yeah.
the hop shop. I think the last time I played there was 2014, and I don't remember the last time I played Brownsville, but I do. The last time I know that I did play Brownsville, Joe Dan was playing guitar, but I don't
Yeah.
remember what year that was at. So that was a long time ago.
It's been a little bit, right? Hell yeah.
Yeah,
Where you're
yeah.
going back. So
Going
come
back,
on out, Brownsville. Come
going
on out.
back.
Confused is going to be back in the area, and it's going to be at the Jukebox Bar.
Oh, the jukebox.
Yes, Jukebox Bar
Jukebox
downtown. Thank you,
fever.
Robert. Hell yeah. Brownsville, December 14th. Go out there and support.
There you
So
go.
let's move on to our next segment of the interview. And I want to go to a segment called Draw the Line, Al. I'm going to give you some bands, and you're going to tell me which band you prefer out of these two. Say,
Okay.
for instance, both bands are uh, playing the same night, but you can only make it to one.
Okay.
You may love them both, but who's going to get you present? Who's going to get you there? So thinking about that, I've got some bands here that I think I'm going to try and make it challenging and make it hard for you. So this first lineup right here, let's start off with these two bands with a couple of our favorite artists right here.
All
So if
right.
these two bands were in town, who would you go see between Stormtroopers of Death versus The Method of Destruction? SOD versus MOD.
And is it with the same singer?
Yeah, I know, but we got the love going on. We both love Billy, but
I'm gonna have to say SOD.
SOD. All right, all
Yeah.
right.
I'm
Hey,
sorry, but yeah, that's what I'm gonna say.
I like it, man. I love me some fucking Scotty and Charlie Benante all day, all
I,
fucking day.
I just
But
love the riffs and the whole flow of that album. It's just real badass.
they
You know?
kind of wrote the book on here's how you make a fun, fucking fast, heavy, crazy fucking album
Yeah.
in 30 minutes that's gonna make history.
Fuck yeah. That's one I would go see. Totally go see.
Fuck yeah. But big shout outs to USA for MOD. That's a
Yes.
fucking classic right there.
Hell yeah. Love that
All
album.
day. Next one.
Bandix Normandy.
That's right. Hell yeah. Get a real job.
Get a real job.
Love it,
Don't
man.
beat the Bears.
Hit after hit, right? Fuck
Hey, dude,
yes.
that's
Yeah.
where my influence came from for Take a Bath, and also the song Bird Shit was the Don't Feed the Bears. So
Love it. Yes, that's right. Don't feed the bears.
yeah,
Take a bath.
Yeah.
All right. How about these two killers? These are a couple of more newer bands. How about who do you prefer between Municipal Waste versus Power Trip?
My influence is gonna go with Municipal Waste.
Oh,
Because
yeah, right.
that's more of my influence and my style that I like jamming into anyway. So
Yeah.
I mean, no offense to Power Trip. I think they're a great band, but I just like that other band's more fun, and there's more energy, and it's more. It's just a fun band. So I like
Yes, they sure as fuck are. Love them. I've seen
Ryan
them twice.
Waste.
They're always putting on a great show.
Yeah,
God, they're
Ryan
fun.
Wace, he's an amazing guitar player. I love the way he
Yes.
plays, and so yeah, it's a lot of fun.
They
So,
keep what we grew up listening to
yeah,
fresh, man, fresh and just fucking. They always, every album is always a fucking banger. I
yeah.
love it.
I dig him too, and I even dig the Reagan
Iron Reagan.
Iron Reagan. That's a badass
Yes.
album. You know,
Fuck yeah.
I got to see them play the Iron Reagan also, and oh man, they're fucking amazing.
Badass.
So yeah,
All right.
okay,
Next one. This might be tricky.
okay.
Suicidal tendencies versus Excel.
I'm gonna have to go with Excel.
Oh, even still.
Yeah,
All right.
I,
Damn.
I
All right.
I have to go with Excel. I mean, I've seen Suicidal so much, but Excel has always been that one band that I just can't get them out of my head. You know,
Yeah.
I just love those riffs. I love the bass playing on those songs. It's just, and the vocal flow. I mean, it's just
Yeah.
fucking amazing to me. You
Very
know,
unique, bro.
yeah,
Fuck yeah.
love that band. So yeah,
I'm
there it
ready
is.
for some jokes on you. I want to jam some
Yeah,
of that here.
yeah, love it. Yeah, fuck yeah. What other
Okay,
one?
next lineup. Nah, I don't know. Now that I look at this, I'm thinking, shit. I think I might know your answer to this, but here we go. Dead Kennedys versus Dirty Rotten Imbeciles.
DRI.
DRI all day, right?
Hey man, I gotta keep it Texas, dude. I love them.
Yes.
All right,
Hey, Kirk,
DRI.
Spike, man, they've really fucking they
Yeah.
keep it hard, dude. They still sound fucking great,
You
man.
know, I wrote a song and I really want to see if Spike would take it because it's so much of a DRI song,
Yeah,
you know. But I'm just afraid to ask him. But I wrote a song, and I honestly every time I hear that riff that I wrote, the whole song is all broken down
yeah,
for just Kurt to sing it, you know. And I'm like, God, this sounds so DRI, like it's a DRI riff that they don't,
yes.
you know, and it just fits in their category. So it would be cool if you would say, "Yeah, I want to hear it." You know, and
Fuck yeah.
so it's a badass fucking song. So yeah,
Uh, we, the day's gonna come where you're gonna be hanging out with those guys and you say, you know what, I got a riff. Yeah,
yeah,
share it. You know,
yeah.
and next thing you know, you might just get you might get the writing credits on that one right there.
You know this song that I was telling you about called "Think for Yourself." That
Yeah,
song, when I wrote it, you know, I had Roger Agnostic Front in my head, and that song is total AF. You know, even
yes,
Billy, when Billy hears my songs, when Billy hangs out at the house a lot, and every time he hears my songs, he tells me all the time, "Dude, you should call Roger. You need to, you know, have him use some of your songs. You know, this is fucking East Coast all the way. And this sounds like a Gnostic Front kind of music, man. And you need to call him." I'm not gonna call him. Like, no, like putting the pressure on me. You gotta call him. I said, "No, man, I can't do it, dude." Like, but Billy's really cool. When he hears something, you know, Billy's always like you said. You know, Billy's got he's got an ear, and he'll tell you
yeah.
how he feels about certain things. You know, don't wear the makeup. You know, and you don't need to wear it. You got the voice. Why are you wearing this? And so yeah, he's always has that hearing thing where he can just tell. So yeah,
he's he's something special, you know, and that reminds me, you know, it was Billy that helped out the guys from Testament come up with the name Testament.
yeah, they were called Legacy back in the days.
Yeah. He's like,
Yeah,
how about Testament? Like, what the fuck? Like Billy.
yeah.
Love Testament. Goddamn, I'm a big Testament fan. So
Me
love me
too.
some shit like that.
I like a lot of their songs. You know, even their newer stuff is really heavy. You know,
Yes.
it was. I think
Damn.
it's heavier than the stuff they did in the beginning.
I know, bro. Fucking Chuck Billy, man. One of the best out there. I've been
Yeah,
able
he's
to meet him once.
still
And
tearing it
super
up.
cool guy.
Yeah,
Super cool guy. Wow.
tearing
I'd
it up.
like to get him on the show too one day.
You never
Yes.
know.
Anything's possible. Anything. You know
Yeah,
who I want to get on the show, bro? Yes.
Billy.
Yes.
Who?
Jamie Josta.
Oh yeah, from
Yes.
Hate
Check it
Breed.
out. You know, I'm on his Patreon. So I'll
Oh,
message him on there. And he has a show called Patreon by Patreon. So I
okay.
messaged him saying, hey, Jamie. But I guess I was kind of nervous when I wrote the message. And I was like, hey, Jamie, I want you to be my guest on my 3rd year anniversary show. And he read it. I remember seeing he came on the podcast going, "All right, so the next one's from Tony. Yeah, I know Tony Gomez. Yeah, man, I think it's Killer Tony, and he's asking if I'll be on the podcast his 3rd year anniversary. I don't get it if he wants me to be on his anniversary show or is his 3rd year of podcasting. I don't get it, but Tony, I would love to be on the broadcast, but if I do your podcast, I'm going to piss off so many of my other friends who asked me to do the podcast, and I haven't done them yet. But if you get a hold of my publisher, maybe. But if not, hey, ask any one of the guys. Frank would love to do your show. Hit him up, Mike. Just ask him, bro. They'll do your show in a heartbeat. But so I was like, hey, all right, and that's not the first time he's read comments from me, but I was like, shit. I was this close to getting Jamie on the show, but I haven't given up. That's my big bucket list. And anyway, if it wasn't for Jamie, I wouldn't have my own show. Because when COVID hit, that was what kept me. That's what kind of kept me, into the metal scene of what was going on. Things are going because Jamie just kind of kept everybody up to current, up to speed with what was going on. And he had an archive of podcasts. So I was like, yeah, let me get into this. And I just like, this guy's the best. And the way he conducts his business reminds me of a lot of myself, which also reminds me of you, because we're lifers. We're always working. We always want, we're keeping the dream alive. It's not about the money. It's not about anything else, but just doing what we love, making music with our friends. And it feels so rewarding. And anyway, so I want to get Jamie on the show. And have you ever met him before?
No, but I did merch again for Agnostic Front when he was on a run with Hatebreed. So I was right next to the guys from Hatebreed.
Oh, cool.
Like it was I think it was Agnostic Front. I believe Obituary, Hatebreed, and I forgot who else.
Yes.
So yeah,
that was a fucking killer run right there, dude.
Yeah, so I was doing merch for him there. So for Agnostic Front, Roger called me up and I said, "Yeah, go out there and I'll sell your merch."
Hell yeah!
So, yeah,
I'm gonna show you this picture.
All right.
Look at that. Can you see that?
Oh yeah, dude. Fuck yeah!
Wow. Me and Jamie right there. That was at Ozfest when they were headlining the second stage in San Antonio. Oh, unbelievable, dude. Yeah, what year was that? Great time. And I think that Jamie is one of those guys that just keeps me positive, man. You know what I mean? It's just like you. We're wanting to keep each other empowered, keep us moving forward. And just, doesn't matter what kind of music you do, let's work it out. Let's collaborate with each other. Let's keep on keeping this dream alive and having fun doing it together.
Yeah, we all need to keep the scene strong, and I wish it was a lot stronger, like the way it was back in the days.
Yes,
it was fun. I mean, everybody would show up. It didn't matter if you were black metal, death metal, thrash metal, core. Everybody was always there. And I sort of missed that, that you had the whole mix of everybody, because it was all about music, not about the style of music. Everybody just went and had a great time no matter what, so that was always a lot of fun back in the days. And I'm glad I got a lot of old, videos from when we first started playing to now, and so it's really exciting just to go back and look at this, and you're like, man, looking at 1988, stuff that we did, or you look at 89 and you look at the 90s, and then you go into the early 2000s, and now you're at 2024. You're like, fuck, goddamn, like you tend to trip out that it's still going, and like some of the shows that we did just this past year in New Mexico and Colorado, and you just different vibe, but great energy, and yeah, I just like going out, just seeing different things, but recording it and having something of that history of like, wow, like we got to do a lot of this stuff, and this was totally fun, man. So
that's making history right there. Hell yeah, keeping our dream alive, and just sharing that confused music out there, dude. It's it makes me happy, and I know the energy that you bring into the stage really just sets people off and gets them to where they want to feel. It gets that feeling that you want to get whenever you go to a show, man. And
Yeah, I appreciate that, and I hope people appreciate the fact that, that us old schoolers are still out doing what we love to do, and I
yeah,
hope everybody just loves and enjoys not just the energy that we all put on, but enjoy the music that we created, because I always
yes,
enjoy everybody's music. In fact, when I was cleaning out my CDs selection, and I found a CD uh, that was in the mix. It's a band that Robert Canales had, and Arnold, called Escarabus,
a
and
service.
I had it right there, and it's a freaking great album,
Yeah,
and of course the gentleman that was singing is not around no more, but man, that guy, I remember seeing him live one time, and he put on a performance, and
fuck
that's
yeah,
what it's all about. When you go see these bands and they just put on a freaking show, and it makes you want to watch it. And they're not the big band; they're just a band. But man,
yeah,
they make themselves look like they're one of the biggest arena bands ever. And I'll never forget when I saw them play, and I was like, wow, this
yeah,
this band is scaring the shit out of me. Like, check this shit out. It's got a freaking sword, and it's got all the spikes going on him. Big upside down cross. I was like, holy crap! The fog machine was going off, and then the music was just so dark. I was like, holy crap! But it was so real just watching it, and I'll never forget that show there in the valley. And it was at a place in Edinburgh called Trenton Point.
yeah.
Jesus Christ. That was the first time I went there. And if I'm not mistaken, my brother took me there. You want to come hang out over here? And I went with him to hang out. And that was the first time I saw that band. And I was like, wow. I
Fuck
mean, there's
yes,
some bands, you don't have to be the biggest band in the world. It's how you put on a performance, that's going to
yeah,
draw the driver, the energy in anything you do,
right,
and I've always dug that about any band that puts on a hell of a show. Whether you just got long hair and you're just moving around in emotion, but you're making everybody do it too. Like, goddamn, this is
yeah.
fucking awesome, And then if you got the song going heavy and you go into a badass groove, hey, Sue, man, that's the
That's some
top.
real magic right there.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
For anybody who likes Confused, man, thank you. I really appreciate the love. And thank you, Tony, for having me on your show. You know, much love and respect to you, brother.
Thank you, Al. Thank you, brother. I've got you for a few more minutes. Let me wrap things up right here.
Mm-hmm.
Let me talk about these next two bands right here. Who do you like out of Crumbsuckers versus Ludachrist?
It's crump suckers, bro. Yeah.
Life of Dreams, right?
Yeah, living your life of dreams.
Fuck
I mean,
yeah,
how
dude.
you, trapped,
Trap. Yes, dude.
bullshit
Oh,
society. Come on. That
hit
album.
after hit, dude. Great
Yeah.
guitar work. Those guys are
That
so
guitar
fucking
is
badass.
amazing, dude. Oh my god, yeah, that guy's amazing. I got the
Yes.
riff just running in my head right now. Like, oh
I
my
can never
god,
get enough from Crumbsuckers. Life of
yeah,
Dreams, I can let it run all day.
yeah, that's a
But
great album. Great
these
freaking
next
album.
two bands, I can let their shit run all day too. Who do you like between the Cro-Mags versus Leeway?
Dude, I was admiring the leeway right behind your head, bro.
Yeah, I know, right?
I see it.
Well,
Yep, there it is. I
Former
have that
Expire,
album, man.
yes, bro.
Snitches get stitches, bro.
Hell yeah, fuck yeah.
uh, I hate to say this, man, but I love leeway, but Chromax, bro.
Cro-Mags. We gotta know, man. Malfunction,
Yeah,
all that
yeah.
fucking Agent Quarrel, fucking
That
oh,
album, man, is amazing album, and
amazing.
yeah, I
Love it.
love that album. To me, that's the best album. Is that particular Chromag album? That is just the 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 number
That's it,
one
bro.
album,
That's
man. That's
that's
the
like the Rain
album.
and Blood for Slayer
Yeah,
right
yeah.
there,
That's
bro.
the Rain and Blood. That's the Speak English or Die. That's
Fuck yeah.
the
Yes.
that's the classic. that's the seven churches, you know. I mean, those
Yeah,
are those
that's
albums, you
right,
know,
dude.
like damn, like you always hear that first freaking one and you're like, God damn, this is amazing. And you know, so yeah, I like that
Yes.
one. That's my favorite one.
Shout out Chromags all day.
Well, Mags, bro, you know.
So this is the last one.
Okay.
Last one. So these two bands, very special bands of our genre right here, the crossover genre. Who do you like between Cryptic Slaughter versus The Accused?
Oh man, I love Blaine, man, but Scott
Yeah, yeah,
Peterson,
Blade,
you
yes.
know, Blaine has probably one of the most bitchin' vocals, and his lyrics are just like wow, you know. So,
Yes, sickening, yes.
but
The whole theme.
I grew up in a West Coast slaughter, bro. So, sorry, Blaine, cryptic.
Okay, we'll take it.
I'm
Hey, Cryptic
a
Slaughter.
cryptic slaughter
Money
dude.
talks and people
Yeah,
listen. I
fucking
love it. I
love
love that little
that
political
band.
thing they put into the mix too.
You know, when we were on tour in California, and uh, Scott Peterson met us up there at a restaurant, and we sat there, and me and Confused with
Cool.
Scott, and we drank beer, had some food,
Oh, badass.
and he took a couple of Confused CDs, and I gave him a couple of shirts. He gave me one of his original Cryptic Slaughter shirts, you know, and
Oh, fuck.
I don't even wear it, bro. It's in my safe box, you
That's
know,
right. Fuck
because
yeah,
it came from
dude.
Scott, man, and I just love his drumming. That guy's a badass.
Yes, badass. Shout out to Scott. I'm gonna try and
Yeah,
get him on the show.
yeah,
He's super cool. I messaged him before. Super cool guy.
he's a badass
Um,
dude, man. Great.
love what they're doing, man. I'm
He's
glad they're
got a
still grinding
beautiful
after all
heart,
these
man.
years, still
Yeah,
kicking ass.
hell yeah. I think they changed their name though.
They did. They did change their name. Yeah, Les and him are still doing it, but they got a different name.
Is it
It's
Low
I
Life?
can't think of it right now.
Is it Low Life?
Yes, yes, it's Low Life.
Yeah, right. It's
Yes,
Low Life, right?
fuck yeah.
Yeah, I think it's Low Life. I think it is. I don't remember.
No, it is. It is. So
Okay.
shout out to Cryptic Slaughter, to all those fucking badass bands that like we've been shouting out right now. DRI,
Yeah.
SOD, Accused, Crumb Suckers. Oh man, that's Suicidal. All those
AF.
badass bands that I wouldn't be who I am today if it wasn't for those bands,
You know,
because
it's
they
crazy
help my
because
songwriting, they help my song style, and just made life better than being in my
we've
world.
listened to those bands ever since we were kids, and those albums still stand strong. You
Yes, they
know,
still
they
do.
still stand strong. You know, and I can listen to those songs all the time. You know, and it does. I don't get bored of them. You
No
know.
way. That's
Mm-mm.
right. Hell yeah. Well, Al,
Hmm.
thank you so much for being my guest on the show tonight.
Thank
I know
you.
we could talk more, so let's see if we can hook up again here in the future. We can talk some more and get some more information about more Confused action coming up with the
Yeah.
record coming out. And I want to invite everybody, if you're in the Valley, go check them out at the Toys for Tots shop, at the Toys for Tots fundraiser at the Hop Shop, December 13th with Pantheon and also
Belligerency.
Belligerency. That's right, Serge and the guys
Yeah.
of Belligerency. And they also got a special guest. And then on the 14th at the Jukebox Bar in Brownsville. Go out there, Brownsville people, go out there and check it out. You got Overt Enemy, Pantheon, Confused, and Belligerency tearing it up.
Keep the
So
party
make your
alive.
Christmas plans to be out there.
Yeah. I can't
Guys,
wait to work on that song with you, man. So
oh, thank you, Al. Hell
yeah,
yeah, I can't wait either, bro.
yeah.
It's going to be so great. Everybody, in case, if you don't see me again Wednesday, I've got a band called Votan. My guys, Bob Bontello is going to be in the show. Robbie is going to be here in the studio Wednesday night. So catch me on Wednesday night here for a special second interview this week with Votan. And I just can't say how much of an honor it's been to be able to have you on the show tonight, Al. You've got
Thank you
such
for
a
having me.
rich music history behind you, and you've been just a great ambassador for Texas metal, punk, and hardcore. Everywhere I've seen your face and your picture has been nothing but love and positive energy going out there. So thank you from all of us in the metal community for being a kick-ass ambassador and being a badass singer, bro.
Thank you, bro. Thank you for having me, and thanks for those badass compliments. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Hell yeah. Until we get Al back here on the show, make sure you go visit Confused and go check out their videos on their YouTube page. Look them up and follow them on their Spotify. And make sure you're always checking them out on their Facebook page and giving them a like, so that way you know next time Confused is playing. All right.
And check
Thanks
out
for tuning in tonight, everybody in the chat room. I appreciate you. We got too many to list. I appreciate all the love, all you guys from Pantheon, Over Enemy, Annihilator. Man, too many to name. Thanks for joining us on the show tonight and giving us all so much love.
Thanks,
have a Merry
guys.
Christmas, and we'll get Al back here on the show again soon. We'll
Appreciate
see you again.
y'all. Later, brother. Peace.
Peace.